Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Help us share the show, please, as much as you can. Let's share the show. We have a lot to talk about. Today. Today, interestingly, we'll talk our president, our ex-president, President George Weah, resurfaced in the conversation. So we'll talk about him. So let's share the show. In the meantime, let me take a quick 5 minutes musical break here. Just give me a second, just 1 second. Let me just take a quick musical break.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The project is giving us here and the promise of them. So welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love our money, more I know.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money.
Okay, well, let's share the show, folks. As you are joining us, let's share the show, please. Our former president at all. For me, we're hearing first before we react. A lot of things going on, folks. There is a lot going on. Okay, I think I have the video here. Okay. I think I have the video here. We will play the former president. We have his video all set, ready to go. We'll play it. But in the meantime, let's welcome our people. As you write, we welcome you. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, my people. Yeah, let's share the show. You will not die if you share the show. You will not die if you share the show. You will not die if you share the show. You will not die if you share the show. Let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show, folks. Anyways, as you write, we'll recognize you. Tell us where you're watching us from. That the only way we'll recognize you. If you don't tell us where you're watching us from, we're not going to recognize you. It is as simple as drinking water. Very, 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 very simple. So let's get started here. Young Big Boy Young is watching us from New Jersey. Okay, let's move on. Other people get ready and not following instructions, so we're not recognize you. Jim Siance is watching us from New Jersey. Jim Siance is watching us from New Jersey. Let's go down the line. The guys from Liberia will be joining us soon. Mustafa Balo is watching us also from Riverside. Mustafa, thank you for always following us. Ahmed Bridget is watching us from Paris. Bonjour, Ahmed. Comment vas-tu? Let's get some French rolling. Ahmed will be speaking French, or he will be writing, or she will be writing. He or she will be writing. I believe that's a she because I'm seeing a picture of a she. And I'll be anyway. Let's Paulu Saber is watching us from South Dakota. Paulu, thank you for following us. Is that Agnes is watching us? What's going on with South Dakota people? You understand? My South Dakota boy, that's showing fake.
Take away live. So again, we're back. Let me see how best to connect with my colleague, my brother, Steve Bole. Yes, indeed, Steve. Oh, I don't know how you're looking so. Yeah, they got. Everybody want to be.
My man, let me tell you, I'm enthusiastically ready for the show. but I want to extend my sympathy to you and the family.
Yeah, man.
Your loss. May God comfort you and the family. Our sympathy on behalf of the leadership, the team on SKTV. We want to say, our sympathy. I believe Sekou will be joining us at some point, and other people will also. Our condolences. Let me put it that way. But in Labro, we can say simple. We say normal or never mind. Sorry.
Yes, indeed. So let me say thanks again once more to the family and to every one of you. Indeed, that came out after. Can you imagine though? After I finished with all of my dancing, President Monk was informing you, tagging you into my video and so on. I was just surprised that.
Yeah, I told President Monk, you're an open deacon.
Tell you something. Telling that indeed you are right.
You are an open deacon. You are a dynamic deacon. Dynamic deacon, and I'll be sleeping, and somebody got to get you gum or medicine or whatever it is to put in your mouth for you to wake up. You're not a deacon. So yes.
You see the play you want to go. Look, once a deacon, always a deacon. And secondly, we have to respect.
So they show different. Because we got different people there watching the show. Normally on the show we don't get South Dakota. Today our people from South Dakota are here. Our people from Paris are here. We got Jimmy.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy Dennis is watching us from Paris. Ahmed Bridget, I've been speaking French to her. She's been writing back in French.
Okay.
Merci aussi, Ahmed. So friend, I will interpret for you anything you want to say. You understand?
Yeah, man. Look, for those of you that can write French, don't do it now. My brother Steve going to interpret it to me.
For watching us from Holland, Fomba Touré, Jeremiah Wapo, una party called Vote. I play Fomba Touré come from, but he watching us from Columbus, Ohio. Joseph Baker is watching us from Atlanta. Let's go. Mary Marie Gonkaston is watching us from Iowa. Let's keep it moving. Okay. If you're not telling where you're watching us from, we're not recognizing you can keep it moving. That means you don't follow instruction. King Ashford Wright is watching us from North Carolina. Ambassador Emmanuel Balo is watching us from New Zealand. That's one of the places I want to travel. But just so you know, and I'll be going there very soon. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to New Zealand. I'm very fascinated by kangaroos. Those animals, I'm very fascinated by them. I'm intrigued by them, so I would like to visit. Teresa Bowen is watching us from Iowa. Let's keep it moving. Yasa Washington is watching us from California. Let's go. Okay. Bridget says she's perfectly bilingual. So on est perfectement bilingual. C'est très bien, Brigitte. Let's move on, folks. Asata, Antoinette Gallo is watching us from Minnesota. You know, I'm noticing something. Our viewer from Minnesota, since I started seeing people who watch the show from Minnesota, from Maryland, from New Jersey, they are gossip. Our viewer from Minnesota, they not let us show when they're watching the show.
I don't know for what reason.
Because there are gossip in there. They can be hiding. I don't want to show what they're watching for now.
Oh.
Richmond Jatwa is watching us from Turkey. Sarah Tule is watching us from Washington. Sarah Tule, I would like to speak with you, please. I always forgetting for some reason. Every time I promise to call you, I don't for some reason. So could you kindly send me your information? I would like to speak with you about something very important, please. Very, very important. I would like to speak with you. I have a message for you. I have to deliver it to you before this month ends. Sarah, please. So if you have time, please send me your information. Send it to me on Moses. Moses, on my Facebook name. Send it to me, please. I'll reach out to you. Let's move it quick.
The French person we are serious. Look, that person want to put you to hands on my brother.
Yeah, she's saying that I'm trying to practice French. Oui, j'ai l'envie. You know, definitely so. My man, they got Lauren, man. Lauren, welcome to the show, my man. That the glasses can. Yeah. You get, my man,
Thank you, Steve. Maybe my man, my condolences, man. Sorry, brother. Stay hard in the Lord, brother. I saw the post. Yeah, I came from somewhere also. But man, you know, today's Saturday, got a feasting for tomorrow. I will also following the broadcast the afternoon. I said, what? Yeah. My brother trying to face you about don't mind Steve.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah.
And imagine I wanted to go to our usual spot. Steve know the spot. Steve's spot.
My man,
I don't receive that kind of cup. I prepare my cup. I prepare the for the spot.
Next week will be there, brother. Don't worry.
Listen,
don't worry.
Lauren, Milmore is not disciplined. You can't be discussing. You can't be calling spot. Don't something. Maybe when you got to something that you don't talk about, brother. Yeah,
no, for now. Pardon me. You're right. That's true.
Yeah, man, pardon me. The prayer committee meeting they can happen until you leave it.
I know. Man, don't worry, my man. Next week we'll interface with that simply. Don't worry, brother. Listen.
Yeah. The play wagon call you.
Make it. Come on, yeah, on the ground.
You exposing it. The play wagon call you, and I see things happening myself. I understand where we are. Then you talking. You want to talk? You be talking plenty. Oh, you want to talk plenty now?
Yesterday, my man, still the read what I say yesterday. What I say, I try to face thing. I even share the show no way. So when I saw Mabel in a jacket, I said, "What? Yeah, then my brother come on to our spot, but no way to come up." Yeah, well, was something in there.
The problem with Melbourne, before we get into something else and get into the conversation for the day, the problem with Melbourne, the problem I'm facing with Melbourne. This location is strategic. We have not disclosed it to the public. You understand? And when they 1 or 2 times saw some moves, I will cover him up. Even when you clean the other time, man, I told you exactly what's going on in that room.
Oh, I know.
But you from Bomb, say when I tell you all the secret, we tell you, Bomb, you help back on the information. So all that people enjoying yourself, that's not a scam. Take it back, man. Take it back.
So the way I'm saying, I take it back. So you two now, pardon me. You know what we're saying? Pardon me.
Melbourne is overly confused today. Receiver.
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I like that.
He is bereaved. So you're
I hope that you are practicing law because very soon I'm coming make you my lawyer. You say what again? Please read into me what you just said.
No, Melbourne is bereaved as evident by that he is confused and perplexed. So you're forgiving. Yeah,
you know, remember one of the call and feed the best say he waiting for Steve, he waiting for more, he waiting for second to come contest 2020 now because the way they get this call abroad. President Moses not laughing at the back and say, wow, they better want to put me in situation again.
I know, right? He won't see me in politics in his lifetime.
No. Let me say to that caller before we go any further. It's not an issue that we don't want to come and serve, but you can't come and serve among these hyenas.
Well, see, you got to break that thing down for our level, that dog. You got to break it down for all, that dog.
Hyena is some kind of animal that, you know, they can be plenty, they get desperate, they plenty, they can steal food, they can steal the thing, they get food, they can't give up, they get air. They get all the play, they plenty of food play.
Yeah, the man how to die, the man can fall in back. They can take what lion.
And when they see food, that they the lion and get food, they can kind of one group destroy the lion, and then all I want to steal, they carry, they go out there. You know. So but anyway, folks, let's share the show. But Mark, quickly before we get into to hear updates from Liberia and other places, before we play this President George Weah audio from yesterday. I think to OK FM. Is that OK FM or True FM? Or some one of them. And not True FM, but I know OK FM. One of those stations I used to promote the president. You know, credit to them. Freedom. Yeah. On this platform, we give credit to people. We're not here to take anything from anybody. Credit to Freedom FM for, you know, I think it was what the guy named that where name. I saw one guy they say he failed in the test before until the test passed again.
Abraham Godson Weah. Anthony Abraham Godson Weah.
Yeah, one guy that, you know, this thing failed a couple of times in law school or whatever. But that one I business, I don't care about that. He can stay high. Yeah, that one I'm not issue. But credit to him, you know. And but Mark, what do you make of the disgrace that Italy brought to the football world today? They get them 2-0. Me, you were watching the game. They get Italy 2-0.
2-0 against Switzerland.
And they're the defending champ. What say you?
Well, before I start the conversation, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to Melbourne. I saw the man of God this morning. He was so happy on video, on live video, playing some music, and then later on I saw something saying that he lost his uncle. So my condolences. And to our SKTV supporters, well-wishers from around the world, we'll see another day. And we are 7 presents shy of our target from yesterday. And you know the tradition here, when we can reach 30 on the Friday, we usually extend it to Saturday to be able to pay the bills. And that's it. So, but for the Italy issue, like I keep saying, Steve, it's all the time, you know, we are seeing a different generation of players. They think about national team, you cannot buy players. You work with what you have. Unlike club football, that's why you see club football is more competitive than international soccer now. And I just think there's a different generation of footballers. For me, I never saw Kimpele play. I never saw Garincha. I didn't see the Marco Van Basten of the world, but I was able to see the ending. The end of Diego Maradona, because 1994 World Cup, it was his last World Cup. I have never seen a generation of footballers as compared to the 90s and the mid 2000s in one generation. I thought in my lifetime, I think it was the most talented generation of footballers. We don't have too many talents these days, but we have more money in the game of soccer. And Italy, they play below standard. That's why I posted on my page. I said the days of Francesco Totti, the leg of Del Piero, the Christian Vieri.
Today umpire you got to talk to your what they call it, you got to behave now. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. Your phone got to put itself in situation, or we'll call the Minnesota Police Department to arrest that phone. What ain't going on with your own internet? Mom, your internet got to behave. Anyway, Let's get quickly to the guys from Liberia to get updates as to what's going on. Let's hear from Lawrence from the area in Bon County, Magibi, you know, all that side. You know, we're not in the southeast, but at least from that side. Lawrence, also, while you're doing that, let us know what the price of rice and gas is as we speak today. Please let us know. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Thank you, Steve, for the show this evening. I'd like to say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever place you find yourself, your timeline. Well, Bon County, especially the lower end, is okay this evening. Steve, it's a welcoming thing for us in Bon Mines because, I call it welcoming, and we can hope to see it. Some of us are praying at least to see it happening. The West Africa Power Pool project is in Bon County, especially this end of Bon County in Forma. And the accessibility study have been ongoing over the past years. Today, we were able to see the team from the West Africa Power Pool doing assessment of the area where the high tension cable will pass. We are happy right now for that project, and we hope and pray that the project will be okay because some part of last year, we saw LEC boss Monica Tan in the district, and he told the people about the project, how the project going to be like, going to be bigger than the Mount Coffee Hydro in Montserrat. So since 1990, when Prince Yomi Johnson entered Bon Mines, the power hall was shut down. Bon Mines has been out of electricity. In Magibi, we have the LEC there, but Bon Mines is in darkness. So today, it was surprising to see the team from the West Africa Power Pool doing an assessment where the high tension cable will pass. So we hope and pray because Monica Tan told us that.
Oh, the men are making. Lawrence. Monk, are you there?
Because Bon Mines in there.
I'm here.
Yeah, Bon Mines. Yeah, Bon Mines in darkness, total darkness. If you coming from Magibi, the post stop in a community in Kakata called the Sagibomontan community, there where the LEC post stop. So the West Africa Power Pool project, we are praying everybody on their knee because since Prince Johnson entered and shut down the powerhouse, the former Bon Money company powerhouse here, the whole place in darkness. Around 2021, former President Weah brought a solar panel light along the main road. At times, some of our brothers will go there nighttime, take out the panel from over the light, and the light will just be standing there. So we pray that at least when he let come, LEC come into Bon Mines, we'll be able to be, at least we'll be out up to maybe the morning hour. Because of community, brother, the only thing we can boast of in Bon Mines is the quota. From Kakata to Bon Mines, if you're ready speeding, is about 45 minutes. If you're ready speeding, 45 minutes in Bon Mines. That's the only thing we can boast of. The major activity here, the other Boinco or you may find. As you speak, China US here. Right now, the holding iron ore. Every day, 2 locomotives will leave from Bon Mines to the port with iron ore. But we don't know what's happening. So that one part, we working on things. We're facing behind the sea and come out. So we praying that the LEC come up in Bon Mines. So at least some of our community will be lively. If you enter Bon Mines at night time, you'll be afraid. The whole Bon Mines is one-sided. Nobody on the other side of the concession area. The Botota, the Bonta, the Benduma is no longer existing. Everybody on the left side, the right side, nobody living there. So, and the issue about the rest is about 3,550 as usual. It still remain the same. The gasoline is $8.50 at the gas station. The diesel is $1,000. But it's just, you know, if you go to some of they can't buy the gas, who buy the gas and go sell it, they will get it for $8.90, just like that. The prices are not ready still. Even the rice, they got different for me. I don't buy it. I got my late in stock somewhere. I can just go there in the morning. Yeah. So that's it. And we moving on. So actually, the issue of the West Africa Power Pool is the major thing. And we also get a report from IGV, which of course we still follow, trying to get some of our guys to fit us in. That the SRC plantation, the manager house was set on fire by angry workers of the plantation. So we're trying to get to some of our guys from IGV, from Weah and to fit us in with that information.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lebon.
Yeah. So again, we want to send a wonderful good evening to our people out there. who are always doing everything possible that they follow all of our activities. Again, so many things happening, ranging from Monday up to the Saturday. Mind you, today is Saturday, having to be the weekend. So sometime on the weekend, sometimes there are a lot of issues, but sometimes politics, sometimes a little bit pause, and people go on with their normal activities. But again, from the week up to the weekend, all of the issues, all of the happening, reaching up to this weekend, reaching from the protest, let me say the protest, reaching from the buses issues, reaching from the yellow machine wahala, and the CDC on yesterday called for their meditant day, which of course started on yesterday with the team setback for comeback. And again, today marked day 2 of their militant day. So today at the headquarters of the former ruling party, the CDC, today those who are supporters of CDC are seeing again celebrating or playing basketballs, playing kickball, and playing other sport activities or doing other things at the party headquarters. But quickly, we're moving on with the news also about those buses issues. Mind you, one of the former strong supporter of the rescue mission in presence of Martin Ken Colley, also digging deeper into this buses issue and saying that the main man behind those buses or the man who responsible for those buses coming to Liberia it was once upon a time accused of criminal behavior and so on. But again, these are some of the things that are happening, and there are some mixed reactions to that as to where Martin getting his information from. How come Martin is not exposing some of the deeds that are going on in government, and people are hearing him also for that, for exposing some of the deeds that have been signed or that are about to be signed by government. So again, on today, a sad news again for some of our motorcyclists. Mind you, they are still on to their registration or they are still on their registrations about the process, those measures that been put into place. But again, while our own my uncle funerals activities or find a way to get him buried, today I bumped into this accident at the Carway Bridge, and which of course this 10 tires truck ran into a motorcyclist rather, and killed him instantly, which of course this spark up also. And I left from the scene, but information that I'm getting that truck had been set ablaze according to the information I'm getting from that spot. So far so good. These are some of the happening back home. Steve, President Mark Lawrence, and our followers out there.
Thank you so much, Mobon. We have been following as well. Mark, anything that caught your attention before we get to the president and before I state mine? What caught my attention really quick? Anything that caught your attention?
I mean, few things caught my attention. I was listening to a few of the speakers at the Transforming or Setback to Comeback rally that is ongoing at the CDC's headquarters. And I listened to the former District 6 Representative Akara Moses Gray. He made 2 allegations. He was like, if an audit is to be conducted in the legislature, the very first person that will be held liable will be Jeremiah Kong, who happens to be the current vice president, because he called him a criminal and very corrupt. And then the second thing that caught my attention, he made a case that it was an indirect way of telling the U.S. government to put sanction on Braga government, because he said there were sanctions placed on few of the top-ranking officers in the George Weah-led government, and he believed that those sanctions had a tremendous impact on the outcome of the elections, because the kind of role America plays in, or the international community plays in Liberian politics, that when they put their thumb on the scale, they are able to tilt the scale in one direction. So he believed that because the McGill, the Serena Seaforth, and the Bill Tuares and others, key figure in the Weah-led government, were on a sanction that had a rippling effect in the election. And I listened to Chairman Billete. He was urging the opposition to come together to unseat the ruling party. And I reflected on the 2020, the 2023 elections, the same thing, the debacle that happened within the CPP, I was like, I mean, I don't know where the chairman is heading with this. Because if you talk, it was the same thing. Immediate after elections, people were mostly in their emotions and their feelings. They believed that we should come together to form a coalition. And the last time I checked, I can't remember the last time a major coalition working like Liberian politics. So to see the chairman, who was the chairman for the CPP, calling for opposition to come together to unseat the ruling party, and at the same time attending a rally that say, or how they call it, a rally saying transforming setback to comeback. And I know that particular statement referring to CDC. That's what it meant. That's how I would interpret it. So seeing Chairman Ability being the former chairman of the CPP calling for an immediate opposition rally just for the sake of unseating Unity Party, I don't know how to interpret that. I believe that some of the reasons our people can get confused during the election as they don't know which way to go as well. I mean, maybe he have his own interpretation, but from what I'm looking at, based on history and experience, I'm yet to make sense of it. Those were the three things that caught my attention. I think you're muted.
Thank you, Mo. So you're saying Akarasgbe did not deny that the CDC-led government was corrupt and is corrupt, but he is saying Jeremiah Kun is part of the corruption.
Yeah, that is government is corrupt as well. So why are they waiting to place sanctions on them? That's why we are calling for indirect sanction, because it was the same crime. If we are both going to commit the same crime, then why punish one group than another? That's why he thinks that the sanctions play a major role in the elections as well. Because America, they may not be able to single-handedly pick a candidate, but their decisions and action can impact the way the local politics is played out in the country as well.
Oh, well, okay. The fact that they can even say setback, come back, when he's admitting without denial that they are criminals, that means when he's saying the Liberian people just let them go, one group of criminals or another group, they should go back again to another group of criminals. That's very
that's another way of interpreting it as well. Because if you are a criminal and you want to come back to you want to bring a comeback from a setback to a comeback, then you are literally saying bring back another bunch of criminals again. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, the other one you get, maybe they show their hand too early. We'll be careful now, but we'll still be criminals. Because I mean, this is very sad and unfortunate, but that's what we're talking today about, because we hear from President George Weah. Yes, Milburn will also follow up with the story from, I don't know if informal or he is still Rescue Rambo, but he's still yet to decide his own status. He's still playing his own confused games. But it's not strange to us. We told them on SKTV that this was another dubious thing that they are on with the bosses. It's a criminal empire, a criminal entity. The people there who behind it, they are criminals. Nobody listen to us.
We'll always be vindicated because we do our research. The thing, Steve, when you don't play politics, you see, Melbourne, you know the difference between a lie and the truth? When you can always speak the truth, you don't have to remember what you said in the past. That's the thing about speaking the truth. When you can lie, you always have to play defense and remember everything you said in the past, because you know you are lying. For all we know, at the end of the day, when the thing comes full circle, we will be vindicated. So we could care less because it's not political. Go ahead, Steve.
No. More. I mean, one may say what they want to say. People may interpret what they want to interpret from what you're saying. But what you're saying is the truth, bro. What you're saying is 100% the fact of the matter. And some people might misinterpret it. Some people might say it another way. But just before we get to playing the president's video so that we can listen to the former president, President George Weah, and we dissect what he said, and we'll open the line so that the callers can also listen. The first thing we want to establish is the Unity Party has admitted Akarasgbe coming to say Jeremiah Kun a criminal, and that new thing. We said Jeremiah Kun a criminal, we still stand with it today. Today, SKTV still stand with our reporting. We haven't taken it back because we know what we're talking. We don't come here to come. We wake up in the morning. You wake up in jet.
The former U.S. ambassador also placed all of them under the same microscope.
Yes,
so
and we said it. And when you say it, oh, you cost the person and you rule and you did what? No, my friend, criminals, that criminal, liars, that liar, there is no other way to call it. So what things always say? Oh, the men are church men, or the men are raving, or you know the people embezzle. No, they are criminals. They are vast. You're setting vice president. The whole government. Let me say it today. Your president, Joseph Boakai, is a criminal. I don't care his age. He can be 100 years old. It doesn't matter to me. He is a criminal. As evidenced by that, he has enabled. Oh, you want to call Joe? We are criminal. You can't call Joseph Boakai criminal. Oh, the people not equal. You're not really here. You're not serious. The same thing that Joe are doing, now they see the Joseph Boakai doing. Now they see the Joseph Boakai doing. So Joseph Boakai better than Joe, or Joseph Boakai are 9 more, and Joe are 7 more. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You guys are not ready for prime time. You know, the other thing I saw the morning in Nima County when I woke up. You know, I'm trying to put myself together. I'm browsing on Facebook. I see some jokers and who did not post more. Either they cook or they get all of them father passing around talking about the protesting to the United Methodist Church for same-sex marriage. I just sat down for long and shook my head. I said, look at missed priorities. Look at wasted energies. You worry about same-sex marriage, you get somebody stealing from you broad daylight. You never go protest for that one. A same-sex marriage, what is signed in America? And when you can go make noise for? How many people in the Methodist Church getting married on a same-sex level, you know, bro? You wasting resources and your energy. So okay. You go protest now. What do you happen? What do you protesting? What do you want? What you want? Joseph Boakai should say same-sex marriage not accepted in the United Methodist Church in America, in Liberia. No, the United Methodist Church here in Arico, they already in other places they already agree it is sound. If you don't want to be part of the United Methodist Church, withdraw your membership. Don't call yourself Methodist. Finish. What do your government got to put them all inside again? So that one that Joseph Boakai no problem too. Sometimes I don't understand. I don't get it. The place you sort of put your energy, you don't put it there. You're passing around wasting your time for same-sex marriage. And like I said, the other time I stand by it, and I'm taking it back. Some of you, your husbands are homosexuals. Oh, yes. Some of you, your pa, they're homosexuals. And I stand by it. Some of you, your pastors, your bishop, your reverends, they are homosexuals. And I stand by it. I'm never taking it back because these are facts. You go protest on that one, the United Methodist Church, the big church that is signed out other declaration in, and when you go protest in Labrador, whisper time and make noise. You ain't ready yet. You guys are not ready. You don't have your priorities right. You don't even know the people to go after or the people to protest against. You don't know when to protest. You don't know who to go after. You don't know who to hold accountable. You don't get the issue. So that's why the country, they're looking like upside down. Everybody, they're looking like they're walking on their head or something wrong with people. Like people fall down on their head. Like they just born half of the country, or they just, I don't understand. They just born you in confused state of mind. So, okay, you're finished protesting now. What thing happening now? The United Methodist Church will do what thing? They will take away that thing what they say. The United Methodist Church know you. They know you. They don't know you. They don't know your name. They don't care about you when they were making a decision. They never consulted with you guys. So what is the issue?
I think the protest is all about them, or maybe moving from under the umbrella of the United Methodist Church. Maybe that, because mind you, there are a lot of them who are heavily disagreeing with the issue of, ban, because they are local and they are international. So there are other people who are saying, okay, send that case, send our international branch. They are saying that in fact, they want to do this, and we are a local branch. I think it is possible, or maybe let us just move from under the international branch and just be local. I think that's what the protest is about.
No, even that decision is still questionable. Let me make it easier for them. Muna whole new United Methodist Church, because whether you local, you're not local, they sign a deal that your whole church a homosexual church. That they did the sign. That the whole church, that homosexual church, Jesus not dead. Jesus not with you, because Jesus not homosexual man. So they put your whole church also. So the whole United Methodist Church, whether the bishop, the deacon, the mother, the whatever it is, They say all of you have homosexual status. And you're going to do nothing about it. And you move from there. Look, let me say this to those of you who are Christian in the church there. Your salvation not tied to United Methodist Church. Leave if you're not comfortable. Why you gotta go be getting yourself out? Leave. If that decision is not comfortable, it's contradicting. If it's confusing, if you think that it will impact your salvation, it will get you problem, or it will make your walk with God not good, what you dare to do? The time you were coming there, the people from America, when they were doing the signing, they brought you there. I didn't want to bring you there. Let me say this to all the Christians. Your salvation not tied to a particular church or a particular denomination. Let me tell you, Melbourne, the Baptist church, a bunch of criminals and crooks in there. Leave. That's why I left them. They're not serious-minded people. No, they're not serious. So the crooked dig on it. Funny dig on it. We're not on that thing. I left. Exactly where I left. And I'm not coming back.
Let me just add to you, Steve. Even been into maybe a church or maybe associating yourself with any kind of church, they will not carry you to heaven. Let me just make this clear, maybe to some of our brothers and sisters out there who are Christians. You know,
tomorrow people will get on the church people.
But now you don't want to.
Joe will be going will bring your story also tomorrow.
So you the one brought it church.
The whole church I exposed the whole church is exposed the whole Methodist church.
Because tomorrow will be the last Father Day celebration, and I already got scripture for tomorrow. Which will be Proverbs. We will be looking at Proverbs tomorrow. We'll be looking at Proverbs 25:24 or Proverbs chapter 25 verse 24 on tomorrow. That will be our scripture for tomorrow. And we'll close the entire Father Day on tomorrow.
No, we're not closing Father Day. We see nothing the whole Father Day. How will close Father Day?
What I was saying that I will be reading Proverbs 25 verse 24 tomorrow.
Yeah, but I was saying, but we're not seeing nothing in the Father Day that we're celebrating. We just see people then passing around and bouncing and talking funny things. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing nothing in the Father Day. We got to see something inside. And so if we not see the Father Day, then that means the Father Day extends to the rest of the end of the year. So you not understand some things, eh? My man, we're talking about Father. You can get multiple mothers. You know the role of Father? You know the role of Father? No, man, you need to sit and think about it. Do you know the role of Father? Whole woman born, or all her beauty and all her noise that she's making, who last thing she came when she not married?
That's the thing. So we'll be looking at all of this thing tomorrow. Don't care. Look, don't bring our tomorrow topic to today. The one
I kept asking the question to you and Lauren. If a woman is not married, who last thing the person carrying?
Biological father.
Who father?
Biological father.
Any man that carry his mother, let me tell you something. People don't carry the mother last name for the most part.
No.
So that will tell you how much value we have, but most of these mothers have not added value to us.
We'll be looking at tomorrow. My brother, tomorrow we'll be looking at Proverbs. Tomorrow we'll be looking at Proverbs.
Tomorrow will be very dangerous.
Thank you.
Very dangerous conversation tomorrow. Yeah, it will be very dangerous.
So don't put our tomorrow into today, please. So that transition.
Don't move. Tomorrow we can tangle us.
Because tomorrow, tomorrow, don't make our tomorrow come, please.
Yeah, but anyway, let's do our president. Because you want for to run into tomorrow, but I don't want something right here. So let's listen to Prezo. And my boy here. I can see the mail. Okay. My boy here, we've been here for a minute. Let me hear Prezo quickly, please. Folks, listen.
To wake up. Those things are wrong. Those things are wrong. Everyone said that. You want that change? Weah was not a change. Weah was never a change. Those few people that believe that all the years, almost 171 years, they left this country, they wanted to come back because of where they were, there was no greener pasture. They think that they can get in Liberia and last say they came for a change. There's no came for a change. Why they changing? To break the laws is why they changing? No. There will be a period and we'll check. But again, like I said to all Tunisians, and that's why you saw today, in the ring, go to have your program and be peaceful. Enjoy yourselves. Be together, recalibrate. You know what I'm saying? Regain the people confidence. And Liberians are there. You got some sound Liberians that believe that we were the right group. Yes, I'm not saying that everything was roses. No, but we fought for this country in the midst of a pandemic. Liberia shine among a great nation. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the disrespect to our citizens is wrong. It's wrong. You know, it's wrong. Respect the law. And I did not bring 10 jobs. We met it. The Unity Party left it with us, and we respected it. So what's going on? Is it that Bwaka angry because during any time there were 10 jobs, and he want to break it because you are not happy? Is that what he's saying to us? Because the 10 job, I didn't do it. I made it there, and I respected the laws of the republic. And so, thank you for this time, for giving the opportunity. But there will be a time we will sit and talk. I think it's important for Liberians to hear us. We are citizens of this country. We want the peace of our country. We want peace. We want peace in any government. There are a lot of people that work with any government. Our friends with that we meet all the time. We work together. How to call it? And the old man Bwaka have issues, and the only issue is just that you can't remember. You know what I'm saying? And you need to remember that this is the same country that your vice president, that they treated him like an honorable person. He says it's not business as usual. It's going to be more than business as usual. We all know. Maybe I did not employ my family. I did not employ my children. You understand? I was the president of the Republic of Liberia. Do my son qualify? If somebody, another citizen have the job, do I have to move it to put my son? No, Ebi. So he's not doing business as usual. He's doing more than business as usual. You understand? Mm-hmm. This is a man that told the Liberian people, and I'm sorry, I don't want Liberian people to get angry with me. This man told Liberian people that he was not useful to the society. And Liberian people, they heard that many times on radio, and at the same person they employ to work for them. So you forget.
Every month, this Airbnb pays me in semi-passive income. Now, here's the thing. I don't own it, and I don't.
You forget that the leadership role is to take care of the country. It's not to take care of party. You know, I'm very glad that Madam Salif left Liberia and leadership. I was there. I relate to her. I respected her. She respected me. We move on. If we have ideas to share, I walk to her and we speak. Because of this country, for the country to survive. But he doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that. So what happening today, of course, we caught it on ourselves because so many times the old man was that, I mean, it's done. It's done. You know, maybe someone wanted to bring in so we can believe that we can take control, but it's wrong. Everything he's doing is wrong. It's very wrong. Disrespecting leaders when he was respected, that is wrong. That is wrong. But we need to keep the peace of the country. Liberia need to sit down and watch. Waka, we're not going to do anything, you know. I'm very happy that in the midst of pandemic, in the midst of hardship, are able to work very hard for Liberians to be restored. You know what I'm saying? And our country. You know, and like I said to my cabinet, I know over now 100%, but at least 99%. I said, thank you. Thank you for building our country to where we left it. And thank you for building our economy. Every time we say that we build our economy or we improve our economy, there's somebody have something to say. But we did that. We are watching. We are watching. We are watching, AB. And that's why you see today, those people are party headquarters because we don't want them to be straight. We don't want them to be up and down in the street. We want them to govern on themselves so they can realize that it's important to keep the peace of this country.
And
gold. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that we were going to go to our mountains and take away the gold and silver to make sure the country is silver and gold. In the 100 days, we're not seeing it. But I hope that our people realize that we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We're in a new era, and they send us back to the old era. We need to correct that. Prior to join politics, it was a desire of the Liberian people.
okay.
I served Liberia my entire life, from a young age to my age today. Liberian people called me on board. I accepted their call. I came. I brought the investment. We moved on, and finally we got the leadership to build our country. The Liberian people still believe in me. And I said to them in my church, one day I could tell you that I'm running or I'm not running. You understand? So I could come out tomorrow and say I'm not running. But anytime the Liberian people need me, I will respond to their call. Because it's very important. Do you know how many times I went to elections and I'm not on a party ticket? I still remain committed to the cause of the people. But this is not the cause of the people, the struggle continue. This is the cause of the people for development. And that's why I hit to, and that's what I did. I am young, and I am the leader of the political party of the Congress for Democratic Change. When we go to our elections and they're looking for a leader, if I'm the leader on that ticket, I will be the candidate.
Wow. Respecting the rule
What
of
is
law.
important for me? Yes. Respect the rule of law. You understand? So we need to unite our people, AB. So we are the greatest country in the world, whether we believe it or not. Whether we believe it or not. But we need to treat each other right. Yeah, we cannot be vindictive. You know what I'm saying? We cannot be hateful. And it's wrong, especially you are hateful to people that treat you right. That is wrong. The pastors then, the deacons, the prophets, they need to wake up to say the truth. If God cannot tell them, I'm praying to God and I'm begging God to tell them, because people listen to them, so they can tell the government that breaking the law is the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing. Liberia suffer a whole lot. Liberia suffer the crisis. So we don't need to go back to our dark days. We need to be civil. Civility is the best way. And peace is the order of the day. And the only way peace can be restored, peace can come, if we all to respect each other.
Certainly.
So we need to know that any leader that don't respect other leaders, he will crash. Very happy that even in the rain, people are still outside expressing their joy. You know what I'm saying? For a future and a forward march. I think it's a great thing. It's a great endeavor. So I want to thank our legislators and our acting chair and the Secretary General and the entire partisans. You know, want to thank all of them, the Weah, the sedition, the coalition, and what have you, and the well-wisher and the sympathizer. We respect you all. That's the best way to go. And keep the peace of this country, and let us continue to work hard for a better future.
Well, folks, that was the voice of our former president, President George Weah. Whether you like it or not, President George Weah spoke. Before we get into the nitty-gritty or the depth or delve into the speech, breaking it down in different compartments, Mr. Kane, welcome to the show, first of all. How are you? You're muted. You're muted.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yes, I saw different reaction, facial expression from you. Very, very interesting facial expressions. Monk is back with us. I saw a different reaction. We'll come to that. But overall, let's just take one minute each. Please don't get into the point like you found this way, you found that way. What is your reaction? What do you think? The timing and hearing the former president officially speak out of the pulpit. What is your reaction? Yeah, what say you? And then we'll get to the rest of the guys for maybe quick reactions. What is your reaction? Quick.
First of all, I think George Weah did his right thing by speaking out at this time. Whether it's Liberia or any other country, when we have leadership crashes, when the president or the leader is not performing, people always look up to other leaders. And George Weah spoke, and if you actually dive into the detail of what he said, I think George Weah is now actually eager to be president again. He says some good things, and his voice is timely, and leadership voice is needed at this point in Liberia. And those who speak in the interest of the people will be considered as the leaders, regardless of who they are, regardless of their past. And those who will remain mute, they will be found nowhere. And I think George Weah did the right thing. Just to give a quick reaction, it was the right thing, and it was on point because he said some good things. He said leaders who don't respect other leaders, they crash. And he is a victim of that. The same thing. He actually, disrespect the other leaders, and what happened to him, he saw it. So maybe we are having another opportunity, he will do things differently. I don't know, but Joseph Boakai is on the wrong footing, and George Weah spoke well, and I respect him.
Thank you. Milburn, what's your reaction?
So let me just concur with Sekou. Let me just say welcome back, Chief, and thank you so much for always being around. So again, I think that's the best thing to do, because mind you, as a former president, no need for you to be maybe mute or maybe for you to be quiet, because when you are quiet, then people will be thinking that maybe there are a lot of wrongs, things that you may have done in the past that you don't want to speak about, and for which reason the people voted you out. But again, he just make everything easy. He said the people voted for change. So now where is the change that the people voted for? So that means it's another way now to pull a fire under the feet of the rescue government, that indeed the people voted for change. They said that his government was bad, according to what he just said, that his government was not the best government. So indeed they voted for rescue government so that they can get everything. And mind you, the people voted for so many reasons: job creation, several voted. In fact, they even called themselves some of the political blacks that in fact they're going to move in, have workers, everybody was all these things. So I think he spoke well, and I concur with him that he said that if indeed he still find a way maybe to be interacting with the media, I think that would be good. Thank you so much.
Lawrence, what say you?
Thank you, Steve. Last evening when we listened to him on Freedom FM, we started analyzing what he was saying. Steve, as I said earlier on the show, people voted for President Boakai because of so many things. If you listen to some of the songs that were played during the campaign, they were also talking about George's issue as well. But it is good that he He spoke yesterday, at least to put the feet of President Joseph Boakai on the fire, because everything is just going some other way. Nobody can understand. People voted for change. So what is the change people are saying right now? There are a lot of people who called last night on the show when we were analyzing what the former president said. So people are still waiting, especially the health workers, teachers, civil servant, other people. We're still waiting to see what will happen. But actually, I must appreciate him for coming up, at least to put the feet of President Boakai on the fire.
Thank you. Monk, what say you? What is your overall reaction? First thing first.
Well, people can play the politics. The optics look good. That when the guy who claimed to be the most experienced is messing up so badly, it makes sense. It makes all the political imperative that Georgia can be the one speaking. But every time we talk about the forward movement of Liberia or the progress of Liberia, and Georgia and Joseph Boakai name I mentioned, I think it's a loss for Liberia, whether you like it or not. It's just the reality. Georgia made all the salient point, but he's mistaken. Nobody voted for Joseph Boakai because they wanted change. Georgia should have been a change candidate because the prospect of Georgia becoming president like Liberia at the time or anywhere in the world was slim to none. But people were so fed up with the system that out of emotion, they voted for him. And they have certain standards for Georgia. Georgia should be asking yourself, after 12 years of Unity Party, why did Liberian people decide to go back to a guy like Joseph Boakai? Something that never happened in more than 100 plus years. There was never a time in the history of Liberia, not even the true wing party that ruled Liberia for more than 100 years, that the Liberian people came back from a former ruling party and went back to the same party. It only happened on his watch. So Georgia should be the one asking himself, why this happened? Because he was inept, he was incompetent. All the things he's talking about, how he brought the country. Georgia, I don't know. According to the World Bank report, the Liberians were worse off on you. So I'm not saying that Joseph Boakai is doing any better, but it was because of your carelessness, your inconsistency, your ineptitude that what brought Joseph Boakai back to power. So the whole idea that you're talking about, well, the change, no, we never said Joseph Boakai was going to be a change candidate. You cannot work in government for 4 decades, be a vice president for 12 years, and say you're change. No, Boakai was never a change candidate. Boakai was the lesser of two evil, and the Liberian people themselves were never interested in the real change that they wanted, because if they were seriously interested in change, we said they had options. There was a Clarence Moluba, there was a Tewan Gonglo, there was a Simon Freeman, there was an Alexander Cummings. They had all the options, but yet they choose to go back to an old bureaucrat. So the whole idea that people say they wanted change and where the change, no, I think Georgia got it wrong. He was supposed to be the change candidate, but because of the performances, the Liberian people thought it was that, you know what, Joseph Boakai might not be the best option, but he might a little bit better than George Weah. And that's how we got back to Joseph Boakai. So Georgia should be the one taking the blame here. And I think he's assessing the water as well. He's not sure. That's what he's saying. Maybe I could say I want to.
Mom, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We haven't gotten into the nitty-gritty. We just want your reaction.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because we want to delve into this. We want to take our own time to get into this so that everybody can have the opportunity to chime in on this. Let me say this. I'm not a supporter of President George Weah in terms of presidency. I got nothing against President George Weah personally. I support him on a social level. If you go to chilling, I'll be a number one supporter. When it comes to the presidency, I don't support him at all. In no way, shape, or even if I were having a dream and I see myself supporting President George Weah to be president of a country or Liberia, I'll wake up from sleep and having a bad dream. But I also want to give credit to President George Weah for speaking up. I think he did the right thing. I think the timing is right. It's okay for President Joseph Boakai to know that there are still people in the country that can hold him accountable, especially speaking in public like he did. Do I agree with the messaging there? We'll get into that. But just the effort, just the move to speak is a good thing. I hope other political leaders will muster the courage from this to do similar thing. It's okay to speak. There is nothing wrong for you to make it known. Whether you want presidency or not, there's nothing wrong. So definitely, I agree with President George Weah for speaking out. The timing is right. I hope he has spoken earlier, but the timing is right also for speaking. And I encourage him to speak more. But let's get into actual substance of the conversation. Guys, let me bring it back to you. And let's start with Lawrence quickly. Lawrence, what did you get from that conversation? What did you get from it? Quickly, let's summarize it. What did you get from that conversation? Because our topic for today generally is, is former President Weah an option for Liberia for the presidency? What did you get for that?
Well, Steve, from my understanding, I'm thinking as to whether 2029 President Weah will come back. I'm not too sure of he coming back in the presidency 2029. From my observation from last night when we started analyzing what he said on the radio. So I'm not too sure of his coming back 2029.
Okay. So what did you get now? Overall, what did you get from it?
Yeah, it's just the matter of informing the Liberian people, putting the feet of President Boakai on the fire because of what was said during the campaign. And according to him, the people wanted change, and the Liberians are not seeing the change. So yeah, so far so good, Steve.
Okay, thank you so much. Monk, let's bring it to you. Now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of it. We need to break this thing apart, Monk. What did you get from this whole conversation? In as much as it was short, what did you get?
Well, one thing about Liberian politics, everybody got different standards. Some people just want people to speak. I don't just want people speaking because there's a need to speak. No, we want substance from you speaking. I'm not saying that Joseph Boakai was the best guy either, but it was because of Georgia that we got Joseph Boakai. And the last time I checked, I don't think the Liberian people are going for change because what Georgia said, Joseph Boakai was not the change that they said. Joseph Boakai was never the change candidate. That's what I'm saying. The change candidates were the candidates that get named earlier. It was because of Georgia's ineptitude that got us Joseph Boakai. If Georgia had just done, as I said it on the show before, when the CPP came up with their 14-point, their petition, if Georgia had just implemented half of that list, he was still being president today. But guess what? He thought it was politics. He never understood the magnitude of that petition. And that's what gave us Joseph Boakai today. So it was never about change. The Liberian people never wanted change. The Liberian people wanted more of the same. So they had to do something they have never done before because of George Weah. So the only reason we are stuck with Joseph Boakai today is because of George Weah. So to come back and say, I built a nation. I mean, I don't know about you building a nation, how Liberia is well respected among great nations. Are you serious, bro? What are you talking about? So some people say, okay, yeah, it's okay for him to speak now because they want to hear somebody. No, for me, I don't just want to hear anyone speaking. I want to hear the substance of the.
Monk, are you there? Are you done? Are you done? So we can go to Mill Pond and second will be last. Okay, Mill Pond. What did you get from this whole thing? What did you get?
Well, so again, if I said on the radio or maybe on SKTV and say maybe according to President Weah,
Go ahead.
yeah, Mark, are you?
No, finish. I will get back to one for go to second.
All right. So if
I think
Mom will get back with you. Let the major finish because it's already
all right. So Mark go up. Yeah. So again, they talk about some of the development and some of the challenges because mind you, in his talk, he talked about things were not rosy. There were a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, he talked about the COVID, right? The COVID-19, what happened, and so on. But I think when it comes to that, I want to be fair enough to say yes. I think I have to give the government a little credit for that because mind you, in the time of challenges that there, what you see as to how the government going to function. But all of the time of the COVID, Civil servant was taking pay, even though majority of them they were home, but still they were still taking pay. So I think I will give you credit for that. Coming back to maybe some of the small development that you were doing, like building of hospitals, building or maybe homes, and maybe connecting little roads. Yes, indeed, I want to give you credit for that also. But when it comes to the economy, I feel there were a lot of things, and there were a lot of things, like, for example, the entire economy was poorly managed. It was very, very poor. There was no job. People were really, struggling, looking for job, looking for what to do. The labor system was bad off, even to the extent that even some of the government officials themselves, they were seeing like you could sense corruption in the faces of some of the former government officials. So for me, I would tell you that yes, there were some good times, there were some bad times.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Monk, please finish up your thought. Sorry, I know the internet been fluctuating. Monk, are you there? Monk.
Hello?
Yeah, finish up your
Yeah, you
thought,
guys
please.
can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Man, I mean, I have nothing else to say. I'm just saying people got different expectations and different standards. George Weah said Joseph Boga should have been the change candidate. He's not the change candidate. I am saying Joseph Boga was never elected based on change. There were candidates in the race that were the representation of change. It was because of George Weah that we ended up with Joseph Boga, something that have never happened in more than a century in Liberian politics. Or the True Win Party ruled abroad for over 100 years. The moment they left the stage in 1980, they never resurfaced. The NDP of Samuel Dodison, the NPP of Charles Taylor, it was the first time in recorded history that the Liberian people went back to a former ruling party. So the whole idea that Liberia was respected among great nations, that because he had challenges, I don't know of too many Liberians that can tell you, say, their life was better off under George Weah as compared to the previous 12 years of Madam Taliba administration. So I'm not saying that. That's why I say every time we talk about Liberia progress and we mention Georgia and Joseph Boaga, it's a loss for the country because I believe they are the two least in the entire country when in terms of progress or moving the country forward. That is why they always use the stand up between them both because you will never get anything better between those two. That's why I keep saying all the time. So what Georgia is saying, I didn't perform, but Joseph Boaga is performing worse than I did. So at the end of the day, you're not going anywhere with those two. And one thing I believe is he's still assessing, it's still early. Maybe he's doing some soul searching. He's doing a political autopsy to see if there will be a need to come back because he himself is not sure. Just because Joseph Boaga is performing worse is not to say like, okay, George, I could come back again and win this thing. So like any other political leader, they are all taking that break, reassessing the situation, doing that political autopsy to see where to move and how to proceed forward. But the whole idea that just because Joseph Boaga is underperforming, automatically Georgia is the next option that when he speaks, it's supposed to carry some weight of magnitude because Joseph Boaga is not performing. No, that's not my standard. For some people, they just want to hear him speaking. For me, if I want to hear from somebody, I'm not saying Georgia can speak. He can hold Joseph Boaga feet to the fire, but I'm talking about in terms of substance and moving the country forward. No, I don't want to hear from Georgia. That's my thing. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much, Mark. Siku, what did you get from this whole thing? What's it you?
Yeah. First of all, I just want to acknowledge the fact that George Weah is no longer the president, and Liberian people agree that George Weah did not perform well. That's why we got Joseph Boakai, the experienced man, the man with all the wisdom and knowledge, the man who has answer for Liberia's problem. Also, I am not sure if George Weah will run to be president again. And even if he runs, I don't think he can win the presidency again, given the way the presidency was taken away from him, snatched away from him, because he didn't deserve it. However, it would be delusional for anyone to think that you can write George Weah off of Liberian politics. No matter what, George Weah will be relevant. He will be an integral part of Liberian politics. You either accept that or just turn your eyes from Liberian politics. George Weah will remain relevant. George Weah has one of the biggest party with more follower next to the current government. And those are the facts. So what I took from what he was saying, George Weah is telling you, I'm a citizen, whether I'm president or not president, whether I run for president again or I don't run for president again, I have the right to speak up. Whatever he did, that one is already in the books. That one is in the history book of Liberia. He did not perform well, but that does not, preclude him, speaking out as a citizen of Liberia. Secondly, I also deduce from the speech that George Weah is telling you, I'm going to be a part of the opposition group. I'm going to be a part of the people that will hold this government accountable. And if I am selected to run, I will. If he's leaving the room open, that he will still speak out whether or not he's the president or he's running for president. So for me, George Weah spoke at the right time, and he also opened the door for working with other opposition. And you listen to him, that, what he did with Winston Tuckman. He didn't call Winston Tuckman by name when he said he participated without being on the party ticket. So he's telling you he can work with other people. He can be relevant. He can still be a stakeholder and a decision maker in Liberia, in the Liberian politics, without being on the ticket. And those are facts. I agree with that 100%. So if you ask me, George Weah spoke well. And I think he is on a good path. He should continue to hold this government accountable. His government is finished. So going back to George Weah, government, that's like a wasting water on Doll's back. He's over. That's why he was rejected by the Liberian people. So the one out there now cannot help them. They use George Weah as an excuse for their failure, because they were elected to come and right the wrongs. So, and they are not doing it. If somebody speaking out, if Joseph Baga was doing good, better than George Weah, I think George Weah will have the audacity to come and talk anything. But George Weah is saying that I was bad, like Montreal said. But the one where you talk, he's worse. In fact, he's going to destroy Liberia further. And those are facts. George Weah was not good. George Weah was not the right person for Liberia, but George Weah was better than Joseph Boagai government. Facts. Based on the first year. Based on the level of inconsistency, incompetency. Look at what's going on with the 10 new positions that he made mention of. George Weah attempted to even nullify all the 10 new system. All the 10 new positions. He thought of it. And we call him a dictator. We call him names. And he was afraid. He stopped. But Joseph Boakai and people, then they are so desperate. They are not law-abiding. They are law breakers, and they are country destroyers. So George Weah and his government, George Weah is better than Joseph Boakai in terms of health, in terms of anything. The citizens are better than United Party people in terms of everything, because every destruction of Liberia derived from the Unity Party. And they're going to destroy again before the next government comes through. It doesn't have to be George Weah, but Unity Party is the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. let me say this before we get to the next segment, and we'll open the line really quick. You know, one of the things that caught my attention was actually there were a couple of things, but first thing, President Weah was not clear about running. But what also struck me was, I'm not sure if you were even at the rally or at this militant thing that they had a few days. And I know he was not there because of the statement he made.
He wasn't there.
Yeah. So this tells you that George Weah is doing a hands-off approach and so forth. He supports the party, but he wants to do it from distance. Also, this tells you that more likely so he doesn't see himself as someone who will be running. Because had George Weah been present, it would have given him a different flavor. It would have shown that he's ready to rerun whatever it is. That's the first signal that came to me. Secondly, George Weah was never emphatic. Former President George Weah was never emphatic that he's running and he wants this and he wants to come back. No. However, I think what was clear for me, in my view, is President George Weah will be instrumental in 2029 presidency, who becomes president. From what I am getting, from the signal I'm getting from him. Yeah. And he wants to also assure that the party that they created plays a major role and stays alive. Yeah. Because for him, that's part of his legacy. Another thing I must say the president did, which I found very interesting, was he called the religious leaders. We have said it on here over and over. You can't be somebody who's serving God as a religious leader and you keep quiet on evil in the society. No, it can't work together. That's your first obligation to human being, to humanity. Nobody who's serving God, who is a religious leader, that will see something wrong and shut up. In fact, let me not restrict it to religious leader. Nobody who is in religion, who is serving God, will see evil, see wrong, keep quiet. Nobody. If you are that person, you need to question your services to God. Or you need to question your relationship with God. The first time I know that you are a child of God is your ability to be able to speak out when there is wrong. That is the first sign any human being can do. But everybody just stay quiet and mute. So President George Weah is calling on the religious leaders and also older people in the country. You all can be using tradition and culture. You all can be using our country or culture, and we're traditional people. That time for you to speak out. By the time now. So President George Weah said that. And I think it was a very good phrase. But I also want to agree with Monk that President George Weah is not the right person to speak on Joseph Boakai disrespecting the rule of law, because he broke the rule of law as well. So you see, the play when he talk, the thing when he talk, that's serious. We got on SKTV the fact check. We acknowledge it. The one you want, he was she said he will not them. If President John Weah will find the rule of law, will not have Joseph Boakai.
That's my point.
Yeah, but the same thing, Steve. If Joseph Boakai was performing, George Weah will not even have the audacity to come and say anything. Most definitely. George Weah know that he's better than Joseph Boakai. That's why he's brave to come and say what he's saying. I'm not disagreeing with you guys about George Weah performance. George Weah did not perform. That's why Joseph Boakai was elected.
Right.
If George Weah was a good president, Joseph Boakai would not be elected. Granted, George Weah is no longer in the picture. George Weah is no longer the president. If this president is not performing, if the country is going down the drain under Joseph Boakai's presidency, George Weah reserved the right at any time to speak out because he's no longer there. So because the former president, that doesn't mean that he's deprived of his right to speak out.
No. Mr. Kennedy, we're not depriving of his right.
No, I'm not saying you're deprived. I'm just saying something.
But what we are saying also, there are some things that you have to be, you got to be shameless and shameful to even speak about. George Weah broke the law. More than once. And secondly, Mr. Kennedy, let's be clear about this. President George Weah is not better than Joseph Boakai. Both of them are the same. The only difference between them,
the only difference. Go ahead, Steve.
There is no evil. There is no good evil. Evil are evil. Bad are bad. I can't say the person power.
Politics does not go like that in terms of comparing evil. Evil are evil in terms of our personal life, in terms of spiritual life. But in politics, somebody can perform better than the other. They may all perform, decimally. But Joseph Boakai could not even form his government. The first 100 days, Joe Weah did way better than Joseph Boakai. That's one. Number two, George Weah government, every attempt they made to break the law, the one people were silent on, they did it. The one people stood up and said, no, you can't do this, he didn't do it. He was scared. But Joseph Boakai, then, they're so brave, they're so vindictive because they are old school crooks. They are bent on destroying the country with no fear because they know that the country is not prepared to go back to war. So they will do anything. George Weah did a lot. Even, let me tell you something. George Weah, it was out of fear. He asked McGill and other people then to resign. Joseph Boakai, Joseph Boakai can even lie, can even play at his own United Nations or in the United States.
I agree.
So the two of them can be at equilibrium because why? Bad is bad. That's true. But when it comes to comparing the performance of two of them, I'm not comparing the 6 years of George Weah to Joseph Boakai's 6 months. The first 6 months of both of them, George Weah performed better. George Weah presented himself more presidential, more in control than Joseph Boakai. George Weah performed like he was. I mean, look at even Joseph Boakai people themselves. If you look at the first 90 days of all the 100 of all of them, George Weah did everything better than Joseph Boakai. That's a fact. So if we say evil are evil when it comes to spiritual or personal life, yeah, evil are evil. But when it comes to governance, people measure the people, the good and bad, based on performance. And if Joseph Weah performed better than Joseph Boakai, then of course George Weah is way better than Joseph Boakai. Unless you tell me that Joseph Boakai performed better than George Weah in their first 100 days. Then,
Mr.
yeah.
I see the point the logical point you're trying to make from a political standpoint. I agree. But overall, we can put it in different areas. Like you said, you categorize it, the first 90 days or the first 100 days. I agree that President George Weah in the first 100 days was able to have his cabinet set up, especially him coming in as somebody who were referred to as not educated, not experienced. It's great. We can give him that. But if you were to put everything together, because we have to put all of those results together to be able to give a final score, both of them are bad. So I will not pick and choose and say George Weah didn't want, Joseph Boakai. I will not try to. Both of them are bad, period, as leader. Because you know why? At the end of the day, the Liberian people got to be able to know who their leader will be. So if we say that it is fair to say they like get a country by the George Weah.
No, you got it wrong.
But I want you
get it wrong. Let me
no, but that's the case you're making.
No. Okay, if that's the case you're making, that means George Weah, Joseph Boakai should not even, two of them should not even be in the picture when it comes to presidency. But that's not the country we have.
But that's why we're supposed to have a conversation with somebody else.
That's not not because George Weah was bad. George Weah, that means George Weah cannot be part of any coalition to bring a good leader to Liberia.
No, that's not what I said. I'm saying
that's the point I'm speaking.
Leaders for the country.
No, George Weah not going to come out to be president.
No, but you are making a case for him to come back. No, that's what you are doing.
No. That's not true. I don't want you to say that. First of all, I was very emphatic. I told you, George Weah not going to come out. I said, even if he comes back, you're not going to win. I said that. because he did not perform. Granted, if we are judging them by performance when they were given the opportunity,
right?
George Weah performed better than Joseph Boakai. That doesn't mean George Weah did well that deserve to come back. No, that's not the point. George Weah cannot be president again. Look at the way George Weah left power. But if you measure their performances for the first 3 months or 6 months, George Weah did better than Joseph Boakai. That does not in any way equate George Weah to performing better to the standard that Liberia deserve. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not asking for George Weah to come back. George Weah does not deserve to come back to be president. But if both of them are bad, one bad is better than the other person, it doesn't mean that George Weah bad. No, George Weah did not perform. We share that clearly.
Bad can be better than the other bad.
Bad and not bad.
I'm the only one enjoying the conversation because at the end of the day, I will come to the same premise that I laid earlier.
But I don't want you to think that because I am making the comparative analysis between George Weah and Joseph Boakai, it means that I want George Weah to come back. No, that's why I'm emphatic from the first place. I told you that George Weah did not perform well because George Weah today we got Joseph Boakai. I said that George Weah was not a good president. He was not president of material. But then, if you give George Weah all that characteristics and failure attached to him, and then believe that George Weah performed better in his first 6 months than Joseph Boakai, then that makes Joseph Boakai worse. That's why you got bad, you got worse. They both are bad. George Weah is bad, but Joseph Boakai is worse. That means they're all bad, they're not good for Liberia, and none of them deserve to be president of Liberia. But even at that, George Weah deserves the right to be part of any coalition in the country to bring a better president in the country that can be better than both George Weah and Joseph Boakai.
So
can I come in?
So Steve Charles, let me just concur with what I say. Let me be frank. Yeah, President Mo. So the reason why Sekou is saying that, because it's just very simple. Mind you, former President Weah was novice, right? Or is someone who don't understand governance. So just take that as a maybe first fight, or maybe something to say yes, maybe that we can go with. So compare current President Joseph Yema Boakai and that of former President Weah. You will know that there is wide range of experience and non-experience. So if the man with non-experience can perform a little bit with, or maybe compared to someone who have all of the experience, because my Liberian voter, majority of these people that voted, they voted Joseph Boakai because of his 42 years of experience. So then that means myself, I can come work as Sekou, but not for former President Weah to come back into maybe leadership. No, but if we are comparing,
go ahead. So Steve, when we finish, I uploaded a video that Joseph Boakai, new superintendent from Grand Cape County, is threatening Yeke Kolwa, issuing statement ordering the zoos and the people of Grand Cape County to go after Yeke, inciting people to attack Yeke. I'll play the video so you people can listen to it and then see whether President Joseph Boakai will take action on that. Superintendent, he's sitting with Mark Jabate, the Assistant Minister for Urban Affairs. So we're going to play it and then we will discuss it.
Okay, Monk, react to this really quick. What say you? I know you had a...
You know, the reason I established a premise that every time Joseph Boakai and George Weah are mentioned in the conversation when it comes to Liberia is a loss. Because I know they are two of the least in Liberia in terms of... That's why I say every voter in Liberia got their own standard. We don't have a system. That one of the reasons we have problem in Liberia. We don't have certain expectations.
Mo, my man, you know, this is the internet, bro. Yeah. This is, I understand it. Not easy. You know, we don't get internet taken care of. It's not easy. But Mr. Kane, quickly, let me just say the full play that video. I agree with Mr. Kane 100% that George Weah must be part of any opposition coalition. I agree with that. However, my point is, I'm not looking at section or different compartments or so forth. I'm looking at the bigger picture here that both of them are bad options to lead Liberia. Both of them. Both of them are.
And then you want to get rid of both of them at this point.
Right.
You want to get rid of both of them at this point. George will be part and parcel of that process.
And I agree.
He should not be in anywhere.
He can be in the leadership.
Be in the leadership.
Exactly.
George Weah is an integral part of Liberian politics, and George Weah is a mover and shaker of Liberia. Like it or not, George Weah has one of the biggest party and biggest follower of Liberia today. Unfortunately, he's not good for the presidency, but George Weah can be a part of any group that want to change Liberia. If you really want to change Liberia.
I agree.
Political arrangement right now that will not involve Unity Party and CDC, you are setting yourself up for failure.
That is the truth of the matter. Okay, Mr. Canada,
I didn't complete. Anyway, I go to the video.
No more conclude your thought. You are forcing.
Went off.
Yeah. So as I was saying, that's the thing. That was my premise. Let me tell you something. I will be a fool to write Georgia off of Liberian politics. Georgia got more age in his favor. He can run for the next 3 presidential elections in terms of age. George Weah is not only a popular political icon. Georgia is a cultural icon in Liberia. An entire generation of Liberians woke up seeing George Weah when the country was in her worst day. George Weah was one of the things we could point out to give ourselves hope. So for me to sit here and say, oh, I'm writing George Weah out of politics, I should be the biggest fool to do that. All I am saying, when you talk about progress and pushing Liberia in the right direction, if you want real change and progress, George Weah and Joseph Boaga cannot be in that conversation. Man thing here is, the reason we're saying it is about expectation. George Weah came to power as a novice, and people never expected that of him. Joseph Boaga came to the presidency with more than 4 decades worth of experience. So it's not that Joseph Boaga is any better. We are saying, if you want to use a standard and a benchmark, both of them, the only reason was the lesser of 2 evils. That's why people came from a George Weah back to a Joseph Boaga. But my thing I am saying here is, because if you say you want to use a timeline or a template, then I will not be fair to Unity Party. Because Unity Party people will say, okay, yes, we are worse, but equally so we just been in power for 6 months, unlike 6 years. 6 months not the same as the 6 years. Because the last time I checked,
we're making comparison based on the 6 years and the 6 months.
I mean, even if we're making the comparison, you
know, par chat, so just take it in a way.
Oh, that's a third term for sure. That's what I'm saying. It was because of the same Georgia who came out to Joseph Boaga. So we're coming back to the same point. My thing here is, if you look at them, if you want to weigh them pound for pound, that's why I say every time those 2 individual names are mentioned, it is a loss for Liberia. You are not going anywhere. I'm not saying that Georgia cannot be the one speaking. He has a constitutional right to speak. He has the mandate to speak as the biggest opposition leader in the country. My thing is, just because you have the right to speak, don't necessarily mean that you, the one, should be speaking if we're talking about progress. Because, and still talking about religious leader in Hajjwa, all the points that George Weah raised contradict himself. The last time I checked,
let me ask you. So if you recognize George Weah being an integral part,
yes,
of Liberian politics, George Weah having leverage, George Weah having power in Liberia, how can he be effective, or how can he effectuate the leverage that he has without speaking?
How can he use the leverage he has?
Yeah, how can he use the leverage he has without speaking and be a part and parcel of the change that Liberian people want without he being leading it? How can he be a part of it without speaking?
First of all, I want to talk about change. I can even use George Weah again in the name of change for the fact that he been there. I will not say that. I will not.
George Weah cannot lead the change, but George Weah can be a part of the change.
He can be a part of the change. That's what I'm saying.
No, but how can he be a part of it without speaking and be effective?
That's why he was never at the hearing. He was at the occasion. He got proxies. He got his speaker. He got his party. He got the legs of Akara's great. He got his surrogate.
So I disagree with my Donald Trump brother. Even though we're on the same ticket, but tonight I think I respectfully disagree with you. But go ahead.
That's it. That's it. The reason on SKTV we got opposing view. Some people just want to hear people speaking. For me, I want to know the right person that's speaking. So it's almost like Akara's great questioning or how they call it, the vice president for corruption. Akara's great. When was the last time you spoke about corruption or we have presidency? You never talk about the MOPO exercise. You never talk about the money missing from the central bank. You never thought. Can you imagine when Cross International came to Liberia and wrote their comprehensive report? The government decided to withhold certain information, so they had to redact it in the document. You want to talk about accountability? My brother, maybe you guys just want to hear people speaking. For me, I want to hear the right people speaking. And the like Akara Great and Georgia are not the right people, but they have the right to speak.
Mom, speaking of Akara Great, Akara Great is not excluding himself from the past corruption. Akara Great say, audit us.
Yes.
Audit us.
So when we are in power, when Akara Great call for an audit of the
it doesn't matter.
Because if Akara Great was part of the corruption, and Akara Great is calling for an audit, Akara Great will be apprehended. He will be also one of the people that are going to be held accountable. So Akara Great say, audit us. So that gives Akara Great the leverage to speak because he's saying,
exactly,
come and audit us. And I'm telling you, I know I was part of it. And I know where the bodies are buried. And I know the people that actually took the money. So audit them. What is about
and that I agree with Akara's Great 100%.
They have the right, to because he's saying that audit all of us. He didn't say just audit, the vice president.
Oh, that's a good thing. I wish they could go across the board audit. I just wish Akara would have spoken when I was in power, because I think the abuse of the country's resources were even worse than what we are witnessing now. Because within the first 90 days, even before declaring, I saw the former president breaking down and building new houses and building, so many other properties. So if Akara Great can use his leverage, like you said, in politics, that's a good thing. I just wish he would have spoken on Georgia. It was the same analysis I made 2 days ago. You don't want to be the paragon of virtue when you're no longer in power. Then that way the country does not benefit. But let's go to the video, guys. I think we're okay on this subject matter.
I think
you guys won. I end up losing anyway. At least according to
But anyway, yesterday we had 7 left to complete our.
Oh yes, we have 7.
Our weekly stuff, but
yeah, I said it earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but we got to reiterate that we got 7 payments left, 7 individuals, $20 or more, and we will be done for the week, because we said if we can meet the benchmark on Friday, then we just continue on Saturday, and after Saturday, we close the books for the entire week. But thanks for reminding the group again.
Yeah, more you that talking. You that talking, and man, you should go there, call me when I hear him from him. There are people who's going to talk.
I know, right?
I want to sleeping. Yeah,
President Monk, I can receive a lot of calls from President Monk as to how come President Monk is heavily against former President Weah, but he supports Trump. I don't want our business.
Man, I don't know the business of bring to the U.S. politics. Yeah, that thing not even related, brother. I know what we're talking about.
People in America will deal with issue. We deal with substance. With Liberia, your deal with your heart.
You saw debating in America. They said Joe could go debate unity. You see this Joe ain't forced to debate. Then you want to compare the two.
I would have loved to talk to you in the Weah dialect. But I want our visitors, including the minister, to understand. You know, I told you all here that I don't know what the minister was coming to say. Now, for the normal minister for me. I got a hint. I got a taste of it. That's why I told you yesterday when you come here, when the minister is coming for, it will benefit you. And I said it. One way, the minister come on and the fire camera, eh? And I said it to you yesterday, right? Yeah. You know, the minister started saying something. Minister Akpaso Akobo family. And what I want to say here, I'm prepared to say this before the minister. I'm prepared to say this before the president of the Republic of Nigeria. What I want the people of Cape Town to understand and Liberia to understand. No one must think say only one house can crazy person. And when you come from there, when you act crazy, nobody else can be acting. As Superintendent of Grand County, I will empower most roles. I will give appointment letter to every zone in every district. We want Mr. Jacob Kolba to know he can stay out there and carry on his crazy attitude. I don't know I have worked with we will take action. We will take action. If it comes to Blessed Cape Town as a citizen of this country, we got nothing to do with him. But if we notice him just talking to one person and saying, join me in insult the president of this country, I know now. Sanabolo, I tell you, Numan Gio, or I tell you, Gokian, or I tell you, Zinidana, I tell you, I'm a Mono, Kamo, I know Kunoja, Kamoni, Somaya, I want the media to carry this. Umwa Kamo, one will clear about back in the room, we talk now, we have all. And then a chamber, Honorable Yaga Kolba to insult President Joseph Numa Bata, or to create chaos in this government in Grand Country, we will take action. We are mana Kaya Yaka Kolba, I have all. Gabo, I might Yamana, I don't have Grand Capon country wife. I don't know Gabo, I don't know Makamun Kudoja, Kamandano, Gabo, and in a toa, Cometro, or in a Grand Capon country, that part of woman and better job fair. Muswati, since he's member of the Zoos, but I'm contract, at the bar, I'm Zoma. I hereby instruct all Zoos in Grand Capon County. Zoe, can I get my pen away? And then a chamber of Yaga Kolba, anyway, in Grand Cape County, to bring insult to our president. We will take action, and I will move on. We'll move on him. Whatsoever,
we can hear you, Mr. Kane.
I'm saying, you guys paying attention to what something this guy is saying?
I'm listening carefully.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure you guys understand what this guy is saying and the implication. And you can see Mark Jabate standing down over there as the minister, has been referred to as the minister, who also posted this and saying that Yeke Kolba has been warned. Wow.
Just how we have declared war on unwanted substance, but I'm kidding one cable and we declare war on anybody who will bring violence and insult to our leaders. Grand Cape Town is a peaceful family, and we remain as such. When I accept that, this is what I want to say for you.
So that was the superintendent of Grand Cape County, Joseph Walker superintendent, threatening, declaring war, inciting violence, inciting Zou, ordering, you see, he ordered the Zou to attack Yeke Koluba, and they will move on him. Superintendent, inciting violence in the country, inciting the Zou to attack a certain representative. Also, superintendent openly going against the constitution of our country that calls for freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of participation. Or superintendent simply being sycophantic, simply want to be heard, simply want to make himself hero at the expense of Yeke Koluba and people speaking out. If this man can be brave and instruct the people of Grand Cape Mount County to attack Yeke Koluba for what he called for insulting our president, does this man know that nobody should be attacked, nobody should be, under any government scrutiny for speaking out? Is he aware of the laws of Liberia? I think Joseph Boakai should fire this so-called superintendent and give serious warning to Mark Jabate for what he just did. This could plunge the country into serious chaos. Because this guy already did it. He had done it. He already declared war against Yeke Koluba, also the Zou. Imagine in a country where you have a president as a deacon, his able lieutenants are inciting Zou to kill people. I rest my case.
So, Melbourne, how do you react to this?
Melbourne is not available. Maybe you can talk to
Say Melbourne. I meant Monk. I'm not Melbourne. Monk, how do you react to this? Monk, are you there? Monk.
Yes.
You're too on. You got to take one off.
I would just mute one. Hello?
Yeah, mute one so we can hear you.
Hello? Monk.
Monk.
Yeah, hello guys. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. This is better.
When everything in life is about President Sekou, we saw the same thing from, how they call it, Francis Newman in Lofa County.
Yeah.
And I don't expect this president to do anything that we don't expect out of the ordinary. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like you said, it's more of a sycophancy. He failed to realize that he's violating Yeke Koluba's personal right and civil liberty as well in Liberia when it comes to freedom of speech and freedom of movement. He might be the superintendent of Grand Cape Mount County, but it doesn't give him any right. You see, he's playing a kind of a smart game for what I'm looking at here. It's not about the insult that he's mostly concerned about, because Joseph Boakai because Yeke Koluba is going hard against the sitting administration. You think he's interested in insult? No. He's only using that as a decoy. His problem is Yeke Koluba is going too high on this administration that he ain't supposed to be speaking because he himself a part of the rescue train. So he's sending a warning, and Yeke Koluba will respond. That you can guarantee Yeke Koluba will defy him, because I know Yeke, I know how he moves, and I know the way how he processes information as well. So you said it right. It will only escalate. It will only get worse. And I won't expect anything from the president, because we saw this before. And the situation, even in Lofa County with Francis Newman, it happened before the election. But all the way we raised the red flag that they wasn't even the best, it wasn't even a good president to set. What happened? He still became one of the cabinet members of the Boakai administration. So what make you think that Joseph Boakai would say? Because I know of any president, of very serious-minded president that respect the law, will rebuke that particular or superintendent within 24 hours. He will tell him, like, you know what, you crossed the line. That could be your immediate reason for firing him as a superintendent. because he's not an elected official, he's an appointed official. But guess what? I'm not going to expect anything other than ordinary from Joseph Boakai when it comes to this issue. So
even Mark Jabate should be suspended.
Oh yeah.
Or fired.
So let me add up this. This is more reason why both President George Weah and Joseph Boakai are two of the same, and they should never, ever be elected to the presidency. You remember Kai Fale?
Kai Fale and Alexander Cummings and Yega Kolba in Grange there. Same thing.
Kai Fale was a sitting superintendent.
I remember.
This statement made by this man was sanctioned by the Joseph Boakai-led government. As evidenced by that, Mark Jabate was saying already. But sometimes I don't blame the Mark Jabate and the other people. I blame Yekeden himself. A few days ago, Mark Jabate was parading with Yekeden. Let me say this. Sometimes you draw lines. It's very important. And that's, I mean, anybody can say anything they want to say. Oh, you can take things personal. You can do that one, you can do that one. I draw lines in my life. Fools are now my friends. Once you cross certain line, we are never going back to that level. Whether that's politics, whether that's social life, whether that's personal life, I draw lines and I keep you a certain distance. Honorable Yeka Kolba needs to learn how to draw line. Mark Jabate is not equal. Mark Jabate is not a friend. Mark Jabate is a God-belly-driven man. He's not serious. He not on no serious thing. And Mark Jabate was saying already, and I'm Mark Jabate man who pushed this thing and post it. That's all Mark Jabate is about. What he can get for himself. That's it. So this thing is well planned, is well orchestrated. It's meant to create fear in Yeka. Basically, they're saying Yeka man, I come to Grand Cape Man. That's what they're saying.
Don't come to Cape Man. That's what it meant.
That's what it meant. There's a threat. And if anything happens to Yeka Kolba while he's in Grand Cape Man, should a Mark Jabate and this man be held liable?
Indeed.
This is crazy.
You see, it's the opposite. They are the one inciting the real violence, but now they want to make it say Yega Kolba is a villain.
How can you be a certain government and be issuing this kind of foolish statements to another member of another branch of government? Even if you have disagreement with Yeka, okay, let's agree that you say Yeka cost the president. Let's agree. You the president, pa? You a man? You a brother? You a sister? You a mother? You a father? And then the president, very president, go to court. Oh, you never heard Bushi Ben Keita? What he said? So this foolishness needs to stop.
So Steve,
what Bushi Ben Keita said? Bushi Ben Keita was clear. He said nobody that speak anything against the president will be held liable.
Yeah. So Steve,
in a perfect situation.
Steve, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, I just spoke with an Honorable Yeka Kolba. He was requesting that we play the audio again or the video again, and then he will respond to it.
Okay, let's play.
It's just 5 minutes. So can we do that?
Please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know, Mong will always say, this is SKTV. We don't play games, you know. Let's play it and see what we hear from Honorable Yeka Kolba. Where's the video? Okay, let's do this.
I would have loved to talk to you in the quiet dialect. But I want our visitors to read the minister to understand. You know, I told you all here that I don't know what the minister was coming to say.
Now, for you, no mass or minister be for me.
I got a hint. I got a taste of it.
I didn't peace.
That's why I told you yesterday when you come here, when the minister is coming for him, benefit you. And I said it.
One way, That minister behind come on and the fight come on, eh? And I said it to you yesterday, right? Yeah. You know, the minister started saying something. Minister, I pass your cover for me. And what I want to say here, I'm prepared to say this before the minister. My name come for minister. I'm prepared to say this before the president of the Republic of Ghana. My name come for what I want the people of Cape Town to understand, and Liberia to understand. No one must think say only one house can accuracy person. And when you come from there, when you act crazy, nobody else will be acting. As Superintendent of Grand Cape County, I will empower most roles. I will give appointment letter to every zone in every district. One Mr. Jacob to know. He can stay out there and carry on his crazy attitude. I don't know I have worked with him. We will take action. We will take action. If he comes to visit Cape Town as a citizen of this country, we got nothing to do with him. But if we notice him just talking to one person and saying, join me in insult the president of this country, I know now. Sanabolo, I tell you, Numanu Gio, or I tell you, Gokian, or I tell you, Zinidana, I tell you, I'm no Kamo, I know Kunoja, Kamani, Somaya, I want the media to carry this. Umwa Kamo, one will play about back in the room, with Takana, we have. And then a chamber, Honorable Yaga Korova to insult President Joseph Numa Bata, or to create chaos in this government in very country, we will take action. We are man of Kaya Yakoba, I have thought. Gamo, I might Yamana, I don't have Grand Cape country wife. I don't know Gamo, I know two of my Kamun Kudoja, Commander, no Gamo, and in a tour, commentary, or in a Grand Cape country, that part of woman and better job fair. We started. Since he's member of the Zoos, but I'm Zoma. I hereby instruct all Zoos in Grand Cape County. Zoe, can I get my pen away? And then a chamber member Yaga Koruba anywhere in Grand Cape County to bring insult to our president. We will take action and I will move on. We'll move on him. What's going on? What's going on? That can I look at a war? Obama, I have a Kobana, Kopala, Akana, Amea, Kawania. Get out of the Canada, cannot walk any other woman away. I said, no, die. I want here now, Puma, they all a bit of
Okay, hold on. Honorable Kolba, the video is not done, it's not finished yet. Yeah.
I was just in Grand Cape a few days, and I was creating an awareness. Okay, there is a challenge between the superintendent and myself, and it's not between the zoo and myself. Because when we meet, when two zoo meet, we will discuss what we're supposed to discuss there. There's a challenge between the superintendent and myself. I said, well, I will come on your show next week morning, watch the process and see. Until then, I'm not going to say anything. But it's a challenge between the superintendent and myself. If I don't prove to that superintendent that I'm a zoo, simple. Anyway, you see me postpone and for me eating. The challenge has started. Watch the process and see. Are we?
Why you laugh? Why you
I'm
laughing?
going to take the challenge. That's what I told them before you came on the show.
But they may already order this. They may already order this Jordan to take on you.
Let me ask you the question. right, so good. Let me say thank you, and I will come on your show next week morning. If I don't come on your show, don't never call me as a brother. But I will be on your show morning next week morning. Watch the process and see. Yeah.
But before you go, before you go, let me ask you: when you went to Grand Cape Mount County, were you insulting the president or inciting violence, or you were just creating awareness?
I went to create awareness for the peaceful protest. And I've been, Seku, I swear to my left, I will be on your show Monday. I don't want to talk too much because where I am right now, if you know where I am right now, you will know that no soul is me in the country. I'm myself, so you know I'm a soul.
I know.
You want to know I'm a soul?
I know.
You want to know I'm a soul? Watch me and see you will know I'm a soul. I went to Great Cape County, the chief soul. The chief soul, go on my page. The chief soul gave me 4 tickets. The chief soul.
The chief soul of Grand Cape Mount County gave you 4 chickens?
Yeah, 4 chickens. Go on my page. You want me to send a recording to you so you can play it?
Yeah.
The chief soul gave me 4 chickens.
Send it to me.
Okay, I will send it to you. Last small boy are talking. Small boy can go there. That's to be there, that small boy. You think the power around for them to get you car, then you think you be, man? Seku, let me send a thing to you play, man. So you can see the chief soul. Give me chicken, yeah?
Wow. Well, Mom, you said it.
But the chief zoo of Grand Cape Mount County, you get called about 4 chicken. And the superintendent is going to empower those zones. Then you can go back and get maybe like 8 or 12 more chicken. That's how I'm going to interpret it, because the chiefs already get about 4 chicken, and the superintendent is saying I'm going to empower them more. So it means when you can go back and get maybe like 4 or 8. I mean 8 or 12. But so good, that's another thing, I just want to be satirical a little bit. But the fact of the matter is the same premise we made from the beginning of the show, that CDC and Unity Party. And Steve just gave that historical aspect of it in Grand G, that country. We saw the same thing. Look, Seku, I won't tell anyone to insult a president, whether they use burglary or any kind of award or statement that they use against the president. But equally so, there is nothing in the law that exempts people from.
Mom, they are internet part really killing you.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I hear is the chicken what they gave Yaga, the Zoran gave Yaga.
You get the video though. Hold on 1 second. Hello?
Yeah, when Yaga come Monday, I will ask him to keep one of that chicken for me. I want one.
See, hold on 1 second. What you say? Yeah. Yes.
Let me say this to you. I will go anywhere and insult Joseph Baka if I feel like.
Oh. You go anywhere and insult Joseph Baka?
Anywhere in Accra, I will insult Joseph Baka if I feel like.
Wow. I know.
Anywhere I go, I will insult Joseph Baka if I feel like.
Well.
Our parking to Sincall a few days. So you know the party women are solving my grass or down.
Honorable call, the thing.
Let me finish what you say so when you
Yeah, the thing sent me that video. The one you sent me is not the video, is the post.
Okay, let me check for it and send it back to you.
Yeah, check for it. The one you sent me in that video.
Wow, Liberia. We got a long way.
That video. Yeah,
but Seku give us an update, my man. At least I will know what we got. Need 7 more. 7.
Now we go.
Oh, I'm seeing nothing here though. Let me see.
Wow, 7.
I saw a $40 before I came on.
Okay. Then so we level what, 5?
No, hold on. Yeah, another person said $20, so we left with
4.
4.
Yeah, 4 for today, and then we're done for the week, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it, folks.
So
the lawmaker is on the show.
So the two people that one are 3 now, based on the way we did it. We can do the calculation. Yeah. So that's 3. So yeah, and Colbert is going to send the video.
So you are left with 3, or you got 3?
I got 3, level 4.
Level 4. All right, thank you.
So
yeah. So I wanted also ask the lawmaker about the minister maybe sitting there or
Yeah, he's gonna.
Mike Jabate and not saying anything.
No, Mike Jabate was the one that actually, instructed the guy to do whatever he did.
So my question, because maybe Steve talk about his association. So my question could be like, what's his own take on that? Yeah.
Listen to the video.
So, like I said, you need to create a forum where we'll come and stay one day. Today is our political ambassador graduation program. Okay, so what in Pakia? I'm representing the house. So we want you to understand that the process for the movement against Waka presidency is on. Because the reason why we are starting the process is because we never brought Waka to power for witchcraft. We never brought Waka to power to start being a criminal informant. And now that Waka has decided to become a criminal, we have to put their feet to the fire. Some of you are here, but we started to go around to campaign to make Waka president. We never make Waka president for Waka to become a role informant. As long as Joseph Yima Waka, the men that stole his upper dog in the Koyi Asa have become a criminal, we will bring him to court. And we want to say this. We want to say this to Medela Kopa. We know that you are accused. People started to say that you're pregnant for Joseph Walker and you want to go do your pregnancy test. That file that you get in your hand, that your result in that file. But we will expose the result of that pregnancy test to the Liberia people. So the Liberia people that say Medela Kopa is pregnant for Joseph Walker so they can see the pregnancy result. And I know the Liberia people can now be a liar. And I know now pregnancy test will be positive because everybody knows, like how in time before coming, that Medela Kopa is pregnant for Joseph Walker and we will announce that pregnancy result. Amanda. We want to say,
you gotta skip that small more. You gotta go in from small. Yeah, keep going for a little more. He said you should go in for a little more.
You know, Liberia is for everybody. For other foreigners. When you store it, the uncle dog, who puts on in the budget for ERBC. I say, Papa, you too old, son. No, we are not the day very soon. Being green jelly, I mean green. No way. They say report everywhere and someone anywhere to protest.
Okay.
And we are not going to let any justice minister to inform me about protest. The Constitution says we must assemble peacefully. The Constitution did not say we must write Joseph Walker or a public child before you respond to us. No. The Constitution says we should go by the Constitution and we will respect the Constitution.
So, Honorable Koluba, if you are watching, I think this is the wrong video. Maybe you have a different video. The other video too interesting. I don't know, because they think what you kind of think what I meant breaking in the one of the video here. That one is too big for me. Yeah. Because the other one, the way
he said the one, Mr. Kane.
Yeah.
He said the one he just sent you should play it.
Okay, maybe that's the one you just sent.
Yeah, the one he just sent.
Okay, let me do that. Let me use that one. The one he just sent. Let's do this right here. My people, your bill will also, the thing here is getting serious. What kind of thing we got ourselves into so?
I know, right? The whole country between a rock and a hard place. Oh, God.
If you are not today to visit the honorable,
Hold on, no go back. Okay. Yeah. So the video is buffering a little bit. Maybe I need to skip it. But I really wanted to. This video it will play.
It is something I want to explain. I said though that you are so. But you are in the house that you know that you are. And you are so great. You are free and welcome. Take it away and open nothing. Since you are come today to visit the honorable, we say this is your district. He knows about the tradition, so he will pass through all the tradition. You see it?
Wow.
Okay, tradition is going on. Okay, you see it? When you see you
So we have Honorable Kolba back on the show. Honorable Kolba, yeah, we just played the video. We saw the chicken, 3 white chicken, and the other one, it's not a white chicken. But why you put all the chicken in your hand? That one between your legs and between your 2 arms.
Because Sekou, people joke with tradition. It is Joseph Boaka that joke with tradition. You don't know me. You don't know me, Sekou. People that know me will know who Yeke is. Sekou, I never felt that no living him on me, Misago. That's who I am. And look, I will meet the source of Grand Kimokande. Sekou, Sekou, I will meet the soul of Grand Kimokante, and you will see that I met the soul of Grand Kimokante. Yeah? Just watch it. Nothing my job tell them all. Look, Sekou, nobody can stop me from entering any part of the country in Liberia here. I'm not going to dignify my job there. But watch the process and see. Monday, I will let you play recordings. Or Friday, I will let you play recordings on Saturday. I will let you play recordings on Sunday. Then Monday, I will come on your show. So you can know, look, I don't challenge people, but I meet people.
So when you say you're going to prove to the superintendent that you are a Zoe, what does that mean? People could misinterpret it.
Sekou.
Yeah.
Sekou. So wait and see me on your show Monday. Then you will play for people to know last superintendent and myself. Who? Sekou, I'll see you. We'll talk on Monday. Monday I'll be on your show. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
I'll be on your show Monday.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Monk, back to you, my man. I think you heard everything, right?
I heard everything.
So
and
what say you?
Sekou, it's a repeat of the same thing on the George Weah administration. Just like the previous topic we're discussing, you will not get anything better between Unity Party and CDC. Yeke and other people took the risk that they were yielding to the demands of the Liberian people, and that's what the Liberian people were leaning. That's why he made that choice. It's the same thing you saw in Grand Judea County when Mr. Cummins and Yeke went over there. The superintendent is not interested in insult. He's looking at the political implication or the Yeke impact, the after impact of Yeke in his county. That's what he believed. He believed that Yeke is raising an army against Joseph Boaka. Let me tell you something, Sekou. The presidency, the office of the president is the highest office in the land. We want to respect that office as much as possible. I won't tell any lawmaker to use derogatory comments against the president, but equally so, there is no law that says that even if you insult the president, it means you have violated any law. That's the point. But like I said, that superintendent, he's not interested in insult. He's interested in the fact that Yeke can put up a huge following in his county. He thinks that Yeke is able to move the political needle in Grand Cayman County, that he see your support. It was the same thing when Sedishin to go to Yeke place and throwing stones and intimidating his family. It's the very same thing. Once Liberia continues to oscillate between Unity Party and CDC, it will just be just like that. And you will see it in every way, shape, or form. Whether it's corruption, whether it's I will call it the muscling of free speech. It's the very same thing. How can you look at a man about if you come to Grand Cayman County and insult the president? Yeah, I don't want Yeke insulting the president, but even if Yeke insult the president, you don't even have that right. You were never given.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. I say yes, you're right. Well, more than I mean, most internet is bad, man.
So, Mr. Cannon, let me just make this point.
That's the reason why more internet is acting like that, because more say you support Donald Trump, people figure his internet. Because Minnesota, the blue state, and you live in the blue state, you want to be in the red state. How can your internet work?
That cheap politics, man. I just got more devices on my neck.
You see, he can't even defend himself. It's not working. Steve, you were taught, boy, your man, it's not working.
We told that man to change the thing, now want change it, now want listen. He's still operating with Mega then. So, but let me say this, Mr. Cannon. You know what's interesting in this whole thing? Our country is being reduced. You know, I live in other African countries.
Yeah.
You don't hear people easily getting Zoe and other traditional people involved with the kind of thing. No. Look, those people, the Zoes and other people, they're far from these things. But our umpa, to tell you that how much the country has been reduced. You don't. I live in Ivory Guinea, and other countries. Never one day did I even hear zoning into politics.
No.
You don't hear it. You don't see it. But here we are today because we got a bunch of people who are irresponsible, lack of leadership. That's why we're where we are today. So it's very unfortunate that this superintendent and the Mark Jabate, man, like you said, Joseph Boaga should fire both the superintendent and Mark Jabate. And how much about that road to be passing around with people threatening people?
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand you pass around, collect chicken and cow meat or whatever it is that want on him.
And in fact, we didn't hear his version of the video because
I was just about to say that.
The next version. You know what his version is? But you know what his version is?
No.
He agreed to everything the man said, everything about that. He posted it on his page.
And he said Yeke didn't want.
Yes.
That's what he said. So that means he the one orchestrated the whole thing.
This whole thing is playing. Even if Joseph Boaga man is aware of it because he is petty like that.
You think Joseph Boaga will play the kind of thing?
If Joseph Boaga can award somebody for taking Yeke Koduba picture with somebody else's daughter, what he can do? If Joseph Boaga can award somebody taking picture of a woman who passed around and say Boaga that baby, what think Boaga can do?
I know, right?
No, I don't think anything on the table with Joseph Boaga. If Joseph Boaga can sit on a platform with a man who confessed that he defrauded the American government, stole from the American government, sit on a platform with that man and ask for money. What think Joseph Boaga can do? If Joseph Boaga had hair not on his head to cut, he went and sat in barber shop with Henry Costa talking about he went cut hair. What think he can do? That would be that story. Joseph Boaga can do anything.
All right. So yes, indeed, team, we are about to leave because we have another program on our back. Steve, Sekou, and Virginia Monk. Thanks to you people for the time.
Monk, maybe I get your reaction from what you just saw from Cape Town before you go.
Yes. So I think the situation started sometime back, 2006. You know, anything that has not been done properly, maybe frank, no matter how you put it, that's just it. And it's just a bad footing that we'll be having a kind of leadership that every time when they're new government, people do anything they want to do and just go scot-free, you know, but it's terrible. I think by this time they may should have been dismissed. And that's the thing, Sekou want to say there, nobody respect moral, nobody care about this thing because you just come and say anything that you want to say. And because the society sometimes hail you, tell you thank you, praise you, and everything. But on a very serious note, this is terrible. And I think this is the kind of country that we all want to see our ceremony, or maybe the next generation is bad. And let our leaders focus on what they can deliver for their people. Instead of causing for nothing noise, let me say it that way, causing for nothing noise, causing chaos, creating tensions, for nothing tensions, you know. Then at the end of the day, they want to shift the blame on the media. Oh, it's the media. Listen to him. He said, let the media come and carry it.
Let media carry this. Yeah, he said it.
You see it?
He wants to be in the media. That's what we're discussing it. He wants it to be in the media.
You see it? Let the media come and carry it. Now when the media start to discuss these issues, it becomes problem.
So, again, we are starting the people against the government. And the mayor is saying that the media should discuss it. So Melbourne, thank you so much. So, Mom, before Melbourne leave us, Mo, you think the legislature should call this superintendent and the so-called minister to answer a question for threatening the peace of the country?
Yeah, for sure. I will expect.
The mayor said he ordered. He said,
yeah,
I will.
The media to carry.
Yeah, no, not only that, but he said he ordered the soul ready to move to Jakarta. I mean, on Jakarta.
Yeah.
Because he already, incited the soul, and he said he will issue a permanent letter from his office as superintendent, and he already ordered the Zodan to move on Yekakolba. I mean, that's like threatening his life.
The man is a joker. The man is playing reverse psychology, and I will be waiting to hear from Chairman Ability or committee because he has that committee. So,
Honorable Kolba just called by. Yes, sir.
Representative business. They think it's involving zoos, and we'll solve it the zoo way. That's also a representative business. I have the authority to write to summon him to come and clarify his statement.
It's true.
But this is not about clarification. This is about zoo, and we'll handle it the zoo way.
But the man threatened and ordered the zoo then to move on.
Yeah, the man wrote an official letter. You might be a zoo, but we're not looking at a zoo standpoint, looking for a national security standpoint. Yeah, get?
Yeah.
You know what about you? Let me order the zoo. You can't wait let the zoo there. We'll go meet the zoo there. Let the zoo there take the order. And not writing no communication to the horse. I will meet the zoos.
Wow. All right, Honorable Kolba. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday. Steve, my man.
Well, I agree with Honorable Yeke Kolba. And nobody should say Mah Jabate is exempt from this because Mah Jabate does not live in Grand Cayman and live all the way in Monrovia. The fact exactly. That is my point. The fact that he left Monrovia to go there, that means this was well planned, orchestrated, and it coordinated well, so that it could be the way. And when they were done with that, he went and posted it on his page.
And he said Yeke Kolba has been warned.
Exactly. So that means he's aware of it. So not only the zoo, or not only the superintendent, Mah Jabate is a corporate of this as well. Most recently, you saw Mah Jabate post a picture he eating in the president's dining room or whatever it is. This was well planned and calculated. These guys are testing the water. And let me say about the House of Representatives, let me just say here up front. I don't trust that even if you go there and say anything, they'll do anything about it. I don't say that because you know why? When it comes to holding the president accountable, we want a representative in Nancy that send out Yeke to say, oh, we'll support you in the cause for the protest. Which one of the representatives you're not yet saying it?
Yeah, not a single one as of yet.
So they're not on our other line. So that will lead that thing. I let how Yeke said it, let it handle it his own way or whatever it is. But the truth of the matter here is this is well planned, orchestrated, and Mah Jabate should be ashamed of himself.
So let me show you something. Remember, you guys, I told you guys that the position my Jawata you hold it now. Anywhere you go, you be getting chicken and goats and cows and everything. My Jawata is there. My Jawata is in the video, in the picture again. The same superintendent, they give me chicken. Chicken and stuff. You guys want to see that, or you want to? We can go now.
Yeah, we want to see it. Except we play.
There's a video. There's also a picture. So which one? We to play the video.
Yeah, I play the video and show the picture.
Yeah, let me play the video. Let me play the video so you guys can see it. Yeah. So this is what's going on, man. Steve, these people that they've turned this country to a joke.
Yeah, they're setting the stage for chaos. They turn the country to a joke, disrespecting, Zoe people or whatever it is. They did the same thing with they paraded him around here wearing Gucci shoe and Gucci shirt, making it say to look funny, made a whole Zoe been in the low like falling out rest somewhere. Okay. And here we are again.
Okay. Oh. Sorry. Something happened. I try to play the video. Let's share the screen right here. Oh.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. I gotta run.
You leaving?
Yeah, I have to run quick.
Okay. Let me do this again. I'll have to play this one so you can see it. All right. Let's do this. I want to make sure I play this video that so Monk can see a boy receiving the chicken. All right, it's right here. Uh-oh. Okay, Mom, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So we'll play your boy, with the chicken.
And where's the update before you can show the picture after the video? I mean, our last 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'll look at it. Let me just do the thing.
All right.
Then I will do the update right away.
Bye. Madam. Say Madam. All the women who take back and including the espresso or comic.
So, Monk, you saw the chicken, right? How the chickens are struggling?
Yeah, the chicken. The chicken
is crying. The chicken don't want to read the picture.
Never kill yourself with laughter.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to play that funny part of it.
That's why I say at the end of the 6th year marriage about the open chicken portrait.
Yeah, so let's take a few calls here from here. Maybe you guys, if you ready, you can leave us. We really appreciate it. But let me take Abraham. Abraham is here to say something. Abraham, my man, you want to the chicken or you want John the Zoo? You can put one in between a leg, put one between the two arms, and then Yeah, Abraham, go ahead.
Listen, as a matter of fact, you know,
So, Monk, right after Abraham, then I'll update you and then we can call it a day.
yeah, so you know, the fact of matter is that the guys that got chicken all over the place sharing, and you know, it's just an interesting thing. But what is much more troubling? This is a bad moment for the Republic of Liberia. And before I proceed, I want to take this time to call on the Legislative Caucus of Grand Cape County to bring this superintendent to answer before them. By the way, I know the superintendent. I know Kiatamba.
Oh, his name is Kiatamba?
Yes.
Okay.
You understand me?
Do you know his first name? Do you know his first name?
I think he teach me Furi Kiatamba or something. I just forgot his first name.
Okay.
But I think he's Kiatamba.
Now, I just want to make sure when you say Kiatamba, people will not think that our own Kiatamba from Minnesota.
Not Abdullah.
Yeah, from Abdullah from Minnesota. That's Joe.
That guy is a Kiatamba. But he's an overzealous guy. Because for you to be in a position to literally censure anybody, talking about you're going to put zones on that, this just indicator of a party, any political leader that decides to even go in Cape Town to score President Walker for anything,
yeah,
you're going to have zones on you. That's just plain and simple. Because first and foremost, you have law in that country that called what? The Abdullah Kamara law, which give people freedom. As long as it's not an assault. Insult is permissible under the freedom of freedom of speech act over there. Okay, I'm no fan of Yakatonga. I will not endorse anybody to be in the business of insulting any leader of any nature. But for you to use that as an alibi, talking about if the man comes to your walk through, that's it. Look, superintendent, you are not law unto yourself.
Yep.
And you're sanctioning anybody that go over and critical of that government because what? This guy is one of those I think already going around to get around the corner of power. And you see the superintendent position as something he needs to protect it with his life, covering or shine.
Yep.
And it's a sad situation.
Absolutely.
It's
Thank you.
there are other mediums that he can be employed. So the legislative cover need to bring this man to answer some questions because this is not healthy for the democratic tenets of that country. It's a bad thing to even censure this kind of thing for people to sit there and be interpreting by. By the way, everything that was sitting there, they understood everything.
Okay.
You understand? Talking about if the banker walk up on his van, that's his business. But as long as he gathered people to talk to them and insult the president.
He said if you may call one person, if you catch him, if they catch him talking to one person, yes, and then the other guy enumerated, if the other guy even went into the detail, enumerated, towns and villages, in Grand Cape County, anywhere they see him talking to one person, they will move on him.
Yes. And he's talking about the superintendent, he's talking about the zoos, and then he's so authoritative about it. It's a bad omen. Quite honestly, I'm not going to let you get out the case, but anybody, any medium say, now this goes to everybody that will speak here. The way you guys are speaking forcefully against it today, the opposition parties are not taking a position on it.
Yep.
Now, if CDC or any other people speaking, I mean, people have to listen to them because why? They are addressing the issues. There is no statement from the ANC or any other parties. Their silence is deafening on these issues. So anybody that come out to speak, people will listen to you, regardless of you being the right messenger or not.
That's the point.
Let me not take up the time, man. Great show, guys.
That's the point, my brother. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. As always, my man. So, Mong, Ibrahim had a very good point. So, Mong, to update you, I don't know whether this person want us to call their name, but this person, hold on 1 second. Let me just do this update before we can take the next caller. Yeah, this person, they closed the whole thing. We said we needed 4 more, so the person sent us $100. So that closed, and that's 5. So that closed the whole thing. Among, I don't know what among is paying attention, but yes. So, caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 612 number.
This is Samson Williams calling from Minnesota.
Samson Williams. It's been a minute, my man. What's going on?
What's up, my man?
Yeah, good. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So I've listened to the entire show, starting from the George Weah recording to Monk's analysis of the recording, and that of Steve and you and everybody else. I sent a message to try to weigh in, but then it has become even more interesting, following the whole Yeke and the superintendent for Great Cape Mount County. So let me just quickly weigh in on that.
Go ahead.
This is how the abuse of power begins in a nation. People, this is my first time. I'm a traditional kid. I'll tell people I grew up with my traditional people. I've never heard a superintendent with the audacity to instruct. He used the word instruct. A superintendent instructing a zone. Do you know who a zone is? I mean, that you are instructing all of the zones. Now, before you even did that, the man in question for which you are authorizing or influencing or instructing the zones are already received him. So, who are you? Now, before I even move further, trust me when I say this, I have no idea who Mike Jabate is in the government. I mean, I hear people saying minister. I don't know what appointment he got, to be honest. But if Mike Jabate is with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, which I'm guessing, then it's disappointing. But then, should we be disappointed? Like Monk said, the George Weah, the Joseph Waka, none of them are good for the country. And I stand with him on that. But here is my point. Mike Jabate is like George Weah giving relevance to everything Henry Costa had to do, say, what have you, and still be a rapport. So that's the Mike Jabate right there for Joseph Waka, or that's the Henry Costa for Joseph Waka. All right? So you bring in people who shouldn't have relevance in government. So now you're telling me that Liberia is a place where I would be ignorant to the intellectual concept of a thing, whereby I can say a team power if I be so vocal by using social media to go at people, creating my own platform and causing loss every day, whether I have the academic credential to justify where I'm being appointed to, all I get is an appointment as an appraiser or a way of saying thank you. You're very vocal, you're very lousy, so come to power and you make Mike Jabate some minister and sit there and watch such nonsense happen. That is where Liberia is headed. So what difference does that make? What difference it shows between George Weah and Joseph Waka? This is Joseph Waka who took the country, you mentioned 100 days. For 100 days, that's over 90 days. You have 61% of the government or cabinet being left open. And a corrupt practice could happen within that time. That means you keep the power being unprepared. There was no blueprint. You came with no plans. Yep. So you told us on the field, but you didn't have them. So after 100 days, 61% of the cabinet was still open. All right? Let me go back to George Weah. George Weah statement over there, I mean, I applaud George Weah. And I could almost agree with you, Sekou, that seeing George Weah come back to power might be impossible, but we still can root it out, because if you look at Liberia, the concept of multi-party system in a lot of days has just rested within two political parties. Now, ANC tried, they didn't survive. Liberal Party is a dead horse right now. All right? And I'll tell you what, the multi-party system, the concept of the multi-party system has changed in Liberia. The dynamics of politics in Liberia has changed. So United Party, CDC. Now, Joseph Waka come to power not being ready. George Weah got there. We thought he was going to do good. It turned out to be some way because of the cycle. And I think I've said this once. Because of the cycle. An individual can have good intentions, but if you don't bring the best player on your team, trust me, you'll take a lot of goals. And that's what happened to George Weah. All right? But here is the thing, bro. George Weah is telling you that I am able to be the lone critic to this government. Why did ANC and Islamic communists not do that after his first attempt? And that's what I keep saying all the time. George Weah needed somebody like he is right now to this government. He's being vocal at a very early stage. I like this statement. Does that mean he's going to come to power? I like the transparency in fight. I think that's something we did not take. That's something Steve did not take. George Weah did not say, I want to be president. He said, if the nomination is given to me, I will take it. Okay? But now, George Weah is vocal. He is telling you that Joseph Waka does not mean well for the country. At least we want people to start speaking in that direction, calling these, weaknesses and ills to light at a very early stage. So I would close by saying, Sekou, Monk, I think the brother Monk is a very brilliant guy. I like him already. I followed the entire show, like I said. I think you got a lot of conceptual analysis, and I respect you for that. Here is my conclusion. Liberia needs not Joseph Waka, not George Weah. What happened to all of the young men that have acquired so much knowledge, whether in Liberia, out of Liberia, built themselves as economists, accountants, doctors, pilots, what have you? We have them everywhere. And nobody sees the need to look for a young man that can take that nation. A young man with integrity. Nobody thinks we can revamp the political system or the dynamics of the Liberian politics. We just stuck with these old people. Okay? Now, yeah, we got some old papi dealing with partial stroke or heart issue with things and what have you, and then we got George Weah, former soccer player, we say was not educated. Who are we looking at next? So, Monk, if I will agree to you, my question is, bro, what direction do we turn in now? Do we have young men with integrity that we can count on going forward? Thank you, gentlemen.
Wow. Thank you so much, Samson. It's been a minute. Monk, so we already met
Our goal.
Yeah, the threshold, because like I told you.
Okay, that's good news.
One person, let me see whether he said anything about his name. No, he didn't say anything. But if that person sent $100, and we needed $80 to close.
Wow.
Yeah, so that person did that. So we wait now till next week, Friday, before we carry the box around again. But thank you so much, everybody, for the support. I don't know whether you listened to Samson the last caller.
Oh yeah, I got listening to something. You were making some brilliant analysis. Like, where do we turn next? We got options. Like I said, it's all about options. For me, the whole age thing, even though we want young people to be in leadership, but we should always look for the right person. Because was the same age thing that we used to get George Weah. So for me, I'm only looking for a better candidate. I'm not looking so much for age, whether you're young, whether you're in your 40s. If we can get good people and great individuals to lead our country, we'll do better. But he said it right. CDC and Unity Party can never be an option for Liberia. We gotta be the same old and same old. But anyway, I think we'll cover grants for today. I think we'll stop there. We better go. So that's great.
Yeah. So my people here, thank you. We want to say thank you to all of you. Steve left us already, and we are now no longer on the radio. And Mong is now leaving us, so we got to cut it a day. We want to say thank you to all of you, and we'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully on Monday we will have candidate running for representative position, Mr. Winfrey Russell. He will be with us here on SKTV on Monday. And don't forget, also on Monday going to be Uncle Pete's birthday. And we're going to make sure we do a fundraiser. Going to be a fundraiser from Uncle Pete. He's asking all his supporters, everybody from around the world, to come and support him. We will be sharing the flyer with all of you. Uncle Pete is saying he's going to turn 75. He being the uncle of everybody from all the countries. He wants everybody to chime in $75 because he's going to turn 75. If you don't get $75, whatever you get, he will accept it, but he is targeting everybody to send him $75 since he's going to turn 75 and being the uncle of everybody. Let's do this caller right here. Caller, we're about to leave now. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Steve, and
Oh, man. So, sorry, my man. You got to call back. We're about to leave now, though. Hopefully your call will come through. Yeah, so let me see here. Well, this person, I don't know what's wrong with your line. You keep calling, but we're not getting you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you. My name is Bilal Soare, and you from Philadelphia.
My man, I think that you call you from Buto, somewhere.
No, not.
Or somewhere in Kawakan. You see, your line is not even good. It went off again. Oh, Bilal, sorry, my man. I don't know what's going on with your line, my man. You could be the last caller, but the way your line is not working now, I think we're going to call it a day. One last chance, Bilal, sorry. Hello? My man, one last chance. We got to go. Where are you?
Thank you, big. I'm in Philadelphia.
No, I'm talking about you on something a bunker or what? Your line is not working today. Go ahead.
Oh, really? I don't really know what is the problem.
Okay, go ahead.
But thank you very much for having me on the platform. And let me say, good evening to all of your fellow panelists, Mom and that of Johnson. You guys are doing a very good job. And let me always appreciate you guys for the good job. And basically, I didn't actually follow the show, but for the little listening that I've done, I think it is important that we try to understand that the democracies give each and everyone the right as to how we should present ourselves or express ourselves out there. And basically, that is always back our constitution. Having acknowledged that, the issue about I was in the ANC Big Brother. Yaga used to be, and Yaga is saying my man, because I understand that his quest against bad governance is in the interest of the common good of our country, and which always that I acknowledge. But when you find yourself in certain positions and you don't want to, present yourself out there, on the contrary, that send another message out to other people in our country. That is, if I'm a leader for a particular branch of government and want to present myself, and in that reckless manner, not being very profound, and there's an issue. Obviously, all of us have never supported the way we get put off his outburst, maybe starting the presidency and all those stuff. But again, that do not give the right to any government official to wanting to make it believe that, yes, you're in the government, you're supporting the government, but wanting to, abuse, that's it, wanting to disrespect another person who you think it is against the government by saying these things. It's not right. Over the past few years, it does not help people. It does not help our past government. The likes of Superintendent Judges, and they went against they somehow outburst against him. It didn't help their government. People saw their government on the other average. There are many mature where people could handle people disagreement with you. Again, I saw the write-up on the Today podcast is President Weah, the President Weah to be considered back in governance. I want to say no. And their analysis about people being young and old, I think that analysis is not working. It has not been working because the issue about the young and old things has always been something that we have tried. You look at George Weah. We tried George Weah as being the young person who has integrity. He hasn't been in government. We thought of all these things, people thought of all these things in the majority that, yes, that gave the man the right to serve. And I see the kind of a clean record that he has. He plays football, he doesn't have any blood on him, nothing like corruption in government. That bring you with seeing how best he can do that. That was a young guy. So I want to say this. We're having young people that have learned, young people that have made it right, but we have to have...
Mama, you got 30 seconds to learn, please.
So basically, to conclude quickly, I want to look at it from this angle. We say George Weah is not the option or leader of Waka. But what is the ANC and other new political leaders are doing in bringing this government feet to fire? That is, I understand that maybe they want to get some leverage of change. But I'm not saying the kind of a constructive and composed opposition, back then that we saw that was being very critical as compared to today. So until then, I've not seen any option except maybe, and let's get this clear. No unity partisan or whosoever that supported the government will sit and say, just because the CDC is not the option. They could be the option, or any political party could be the option if this government will continue and will not be doing the right thing in the interest of our people. Let's acknowledge that. Anybody could be the option. Anybody could be the option on the government field. And we don't think, for me, in my mind, I don't think the government will fail. But let's keep the conversation strengthened, and basically it's a good thing. Thanks to you guys and thanks to Mom and all of you guys. I don't know where is Steve today.
Steve just left. Steve was here. Steve the one that actually started the show. Yeah, so Steve started the show. Yeah, maybe you came late, but thank you so much. My people, yeah, thank you. That's it for today. We will be here tomorrow, and hopefully you will be here as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.